She just moved right up the block for me, and she got the hots for me, the finest thing my hood has seen. Oh no, no, she got a man and a son though. Oh, when that's okay, cause I wait for my cue and just listen, play my position like a show star. Pick up everything, mommy, hitting, and in no time, I better make this with her mine. And that's for sure, cause I never been the type to break up a happy home. But it's something about baby girl, I just can't leave alone. Tell me, mom, what's it gonna be? She said,
you don't know what you mean to
come
me.
on. All out and you looking, I never say a word. I know how niggas start acting trippin'. I heard about they girls. No way, hey, no they gon' fight over no day, hey, as you can see. But I like your steez, your style, your whole demeanor, the way you come through and holler and swoop me in his two-seater. Now that's gangsta, and I got special ways to thank ya. But don't you forget it, but it ain't that easy for you to back up and leave him. But you and Dirty got ties for different reasons. I respect that. And right before I turned to leave, she said,
you don't know what you mean to me. All I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, oh, you know I'm crazy over you.
Tell your daddy stop his hating, 'cause I be wearing braids and rocking jerseys daily. But that don't mean I'm thugging, no. You don't want me with ya. I ain't trying to hear it though. Not trying to hear it though.
But I know that if he knew ya, he would understand ya. Know that you're my man and you would never hurt me, no. Let me come and see ya, so that we can be alone, alone.
Baby, I know a place that we can go and be alone.
As long as you make sure that you safely get me home.
Don't worry, baby. I'm outside, you hold my heat there. She not your ready, just don't let me. Just a hood bug, know when I know it comes. And we be eating on the low. Outside, baby, we can go high. Right now my boys gon' have my back. Southside, girl, Southside.
Cut the music up. Little louder. Yeah. You had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Never really had luck, couldn't never figure out how to love. How to love. You had a lot of moments that didn't last forever. Now you in a corner trying to put it together. How to love. How to love. For a second you were here, now you over there. It's hard not to stare. The way you moving your body like you never had a love. Never had a love. When you was just a young and your looks were so precious, but now you grown up so fly, it's like a blessing. But you can't have a man look at you for 5 seconds without you being insecure. You never credit yourself, so when you got older, it seems like you came back 10 times over. Now you're sitting here in this damn corner, looking through all your thoughts and looking over your shoulder. See, you had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Never really had luck, couldn't never figure out how to love. How to love.
Turn that mess off. Oh, not the ad. Not the ad. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. 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 Hey.
Casper.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I need something that's gonna be like I need to throw it in a circle. You know what I'm saying? That's not really. What if we? Hey, yay, yay. Hello, everyone. How are y'all? Hey, hey, hey.
It's not even my birthday, but I wanna lick the icing off. I know you want it in the worst way. Can't wait to blow my candles out.
Hello, everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, I gotta throw it back off screen. Y'all can't see this part.
I'ma make you my bitch.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all? I hope y'all are having a beautiful day today.
Wanna bite this?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'ma make you my bitch. And it's not even my birthday.
But it is though.
You wanna put your name
How are y'all doing?
on my birthday.
I hope y'all are having a beautiful day. Let me go ahead and log in.
Fuck you right now. Just get up on my body.
Let me go ahead and log in. What? Like, what? Why would it even do this? Why would it even go to this? I'm perplexed. Hold on.
Yeah. Birthday.
It's your birthday. I'm logging in, y'all, I promise. Why we get classical, right? Thank you, Halos. Period, period, period. Thank y'all. Me inside the jewelry store. Period. So I call it big booty. That's what they call me, y'all. That's what they call me. It is what it is. Facts. We made it. We in this house. There's nothing like a good old birthday that make you want to throw it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you, Erica. Yeah, I gotta get some birthday W's real quick. Got to. Thank you, Holy. Like, he's so dumb for this song. He's genuinely so dumb. All I want for my birthday is a big booty. It's giving 21st birthday. Okay, period. And I like that. And I like that. Thank you, Arson. Y'all, I bought some sushi, but I'm scared to eat it for some reason. Happy born day, period. Thank you, Insolo. I'm trying to decide, do I go to MSI in person today? Like, I want to watch the first game with y'all, but for G2 versus Top Esports, I might go and record some content with the attendees. To be in how old? Hi, Eric. Korea is super fun. I'm having fun. It is my birthday. And who I do it for? All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. It's a big booty hoe. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, love. It is. It is. You win first place. I've never seen this before in America. Like, I've never seen it. It smells so good. It smells so good and it applies really nicely. Thank you, Echo. Oh my gosh, Echo, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate you, love. Thank you for supporting the stream. Get it, gut. Genuinely, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate you, boo. W subs. All I want for my birthday is a big booty house. Hey. Wait, Soul, thank you. What the hecky? Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Oh my gosh, 20 is freaking insane. 20 is freaking insane. Thank you so much. Y'all showing out for my birthday or what? Echo with the 5, Soul with the 20. It's a baddie birthday. Hey. This song go on forever, but I can deal with it. You in first place. This is like one of my favorite songs, man. I was so for real. I am. Why you don't know my first name? Thank you, Medusa. Thank you, love. Meso, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank y'all so much. Y'all just spoiling me today or what? Thank y'all. Let's get it. I played 6 ranked games today, and 5 of them I had a Teemo on the enemy team. Did he get buffed or something? Not that I am aware of. Did Teemo get buffed, y'all? Hi, Dominique. All right, let me try this sushi and see if it's good. Wait, what scare you? It's good. Got the wasabi on it and everything. Oh, I see. The call out. Who got a dookie computer? I know y'all in a PC bong. Y'all should be loading in immediately. What's up, Andrew? Got a theme music. Yeah, Baxi. So what I'm gonna do is, because I want to make content for MSI, I'm gonna stream one series and then I'll just go to the convention center for the other one. So like for today, I think I'm gonna go, I'll end after the first series and I'm gonna go to the convention center for the second series. Let's get this dub, baby. You got jokes. Holy moly, it's 10 p.m. Yeah, make sure y'all are getting adequate sleep. I don't want to mess up y'all's sleep-wake cycles. I need to pull up chat on my phone again. Up with me. Should have all that power. What level are we gonna go in, Camille? Oh, level 1. It doth appear. Austin Powers. Well, that's a pretty bad way to start the conversation. Odie, thank you so much for the 67 months of support. Thank you so much for supporting the stream, love. How yay doing? I'm surviving. I was drinking earlier. Now I'm driving. Where the bad? Where y'all hiding? Now, how did he miss that hook? All right, we're 3. That was good. We punished him for missing his hook very well. Don't overchase it. Don't overchase it. He is Very well done. Hey, 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 hey. Good job, Camille. Nice. Yeah, y'all can push that. I'm resetting. Another incident with the client? What happened? Thank you, Phil. Y'all donate $1 million to her for her birthday. Yes, please do that. Thank you, Life Sucks. Let's do it.
out here, we ballin', and I'm spraying at these rusty niggas
Like WD-40. No ifs, ands, or but.
bitch niggas go behind your back like nunchucks, and that's fucked up. But my hoes down, my cups up, my niggas down for whatever. These bitches think they too fly, but tell them hoes I pluck feathers. I'm Tunchi, young Tunchi, what truck fit, fuck Gucci. She blowing kisses at me with her pussy lips.
Smooches. Look at you. Now look at us.
All my niggas look rich as fuck.
Hey, hey. It's kind of even. Never talk to the cops. I don't speak pig Latin. To a mother Janet Jackson. What's your name? What's your sign? Zodiac Killer.
All rats gotta die, even Master Splinter. Yeah, murder 187. I be killing them bitches. I hope all dogs go to heaven. And I got Xanax, Percocet, promethazine with codeine. Call me Mr. Sandman. I'm selling all these whole dreams. Got a white girl with big titties, flat ass TV screen. I need a bad bitch, call me the BB King. You know I got that house outer. They put the bitch out like a house fire. I'm killing these hoes like Michael Myers. I eat that cat just like a lion, and I can't trust none of these niggas. Can't trust none of these hoes. And I see your girl when I want. I got that whole T-bow. Got a red ass bitch with a red ass pussy. Nigga try me, that's a dead ass pussy. Y'all motherfuckers so
Yeah, yeah. Good job, team. Oops, I barriered.
rest in pussy. Like that shit, then pass that shit.
That's awkward. Let me get this plate.
And then I went got locked up. Every night I drink, I broke out. One time for them pussy niggas.
If that doesn't hit, low key, I might get out. Wish I didn't barrier, low key.
And that's 2 chain.
Look at you. Now look at us.
All my niggas look rich as fuck.
Well, mainly just me, low key. Mainly just me. Okay, Camille look good. Camille look good. They flaming you. He said good job. He said good job. I think. Never talk to the cops. I don't speak pig Latin. Babe. Where did they go? You needed a quick back anyway. This is true. This is true. To him. I'm gonna get that to him. I'm gonna get that to him. He ate that. He ate that. You know how everyone is DC or loading screen crash? I crashed during a ranked game. Was winning as Samira and then I literally couldn't get back into the game. Restarted my PC and everything so I can get back into the game with no penalty. It froze. Oh my gosh. Only one more year, guys. Or only 6 more months of this boo-boo client. Only 6 more months. Trying to get to you, babe. Yeah, I'm co-streaming MSI. We'll be watching today. Oh, whoa. What was censored? I don't know what homeboy is saying, but something's wrong. I'm low-key not worried about Blitz. Wow, I'm surprised that hit. I just have to play a little safe while they get drag. They're rotating. I inted, I won't lie. I won't lie. But would I do it again? Absolutely. In the first game, it's HLE versus Team Secret Wales. I think I'm rooting for HLE because I like Guma and Zeus. I'm just sitting in the studio trying to get to you, babe. Who knows? Team Secret Wales could do the Dougie on someone. Show me how you moving. Better yet, put your back into it. RIP. Alright. At least I got a kill. Bet you won't E in, you stank bum hoe. Show me how you moving. Better yet, put your back into it. Alright, he doesn't have ult. That's good. He's so lame. Oh, I wish I could have gone in. Get him. I can't freaking move. Holy moly. What was I stunned by? Oh, did she get her ult off? I think I got knocked up. Better yet, put your back into it. All right, good stuff. We're rocking. We're rocking. Waiting for Miss Chum Chum and Ioki collab again. It's just whenever he comes into chat and asks. That's normally when we collab. Love an Uncrustable. Yeah, I'm happy to be able to stream while I'm here in Korea, but I'll be back in America on the 20th. Yep, you messed up, buddy. Oh, I can't finish it. But he's gonna miss out on this wave. If he stays, he dies. Do 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 do. I don't see people BMing in Korea, which I find a little waste of potential. Like, you're not winning this, Ezreal. I don't care how much you want it. I don't care how much you try. I outclass you. Ooh. Well, by golly, she don't even need me. She don't even need me. And then here come this big body hoe. Let me quickly clear this wave, and then I'll reset. Go get an IE. You hate Camille support? Why? I come back 2 days before the last day of school. Yes, sir. Easy. Oh. Period. Now, girl, I know you lying. Now, girl, I know you lying. Period team. Y'all eating right now. Just devouring. I don't translate English. I going Papago. I say, good job. I don't know how to type it in romanization, but I don't have a Korean keyboard. Chow Hessa? I can't type it. Oh my gosh, I gotta do pick'ems. I forgot to do my pick'ems. Thank you for reminding me. Dang it. Oh, that's their Google Translate. I wonder why Google isn't a big thing in Korea. Like, it's so good. There's a poopy. Yeah, make sure you run, Ari. Make sure you run. Make sure you run. You guys are faker. They are faker. Everyone's faker. Everyone's so good. GG's. Last kill for the road. Okay, period. I gotta honor my carrier. I gotta honor my carrier. They kind of ate. They kind of ate. Is the music too loud, y'all, or? What is the noticeable difference between NA and Korea or Korea server? I'm not in my regular elo yet. I'm climbing, so I don't really know. You feel like you get less trolls? No, I've definitely gotten like okay, here's what I noticed. But I feel like it's like this in America though. When you're about to lose in Korea, they like want to give up. Like the split second you start losing. Like I feel like mental, what was it? Glass mental is very factual here. Oh, happy early birthday to your brother. But no, I've definitely gotten trolls already. Okay, let's do my pick'ems before let's do pick'ems before they close. Put up. Man, I got that swag. Hey, my hat matching my bag. Hey, where do I do pick'ems? Man, I got that swag. Okay. 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 Who do we think is gonna win today? T1 or BLG? I'm gonna play T1. Lion or Furia? Lion. HLE or Team Secret Whales? G2 or Top Esports? Honestly, I feel like this is gonna be the closest series. I really do. I really do feel like this is gonna be a close one. BLG or T1? Lion or Furia? HLE or Team Wales? B2 or Top Esports? I feel like this could go either way. I really do. It is my birthday. I feel like the obvious answer is Top Esports, but I think G2 could take it. Now watch me surf this way. Hey, 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 hey. Happy birth, miss. Yeah, I'll do Top Esports. Okay, HLE or Top Esports? I feel like Korea is the top region right now. BLG or Furia? Who won versus like what did the LPL regular split look like? Let's see. So I don't think this is what I'm looking for. I just want to see the LPL matches. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so Top Esports seem to play really well. Oh, Top Esports got 3-0'd in finals, but BLG did a lower bracket run. Who did they lose to? Dan team? What the heck? So you're telling me the Top Esports ran the upper bracket and then lost in finals 3-0? Like, didn't get a singular win. What? Okay, that kind of messes me up. Because how do they win the whole entire bracket? This guy named Monkey? Really? That's crazy. Why do I have their team open? I guess I can click. Might as well look at all of them. LGD. They just be naming anything. Any cutie patooties? Look at Jackie Love. Ooh. Oh yeah, Tarzan came back, right? I'm rooting for Knight. Yeah, I'll go BLG because I'm rooting for Knight. I like Knight. Oh, Junjia. Junjia is from Oysters. And Hongkyu. Oh my gosh, I wish they were here. I'm sad they're not here. Doll. Party like a rock star. Okay, blonde. Okay, Keshi. Now, that's not the Keshi I know. Because the Keshi I know will be, you know what I'm saying? That's not Keshi. That is not Cashy. He got the blonde hair and everything. He said, and you know what? I want to be a pop star. He said he go party like a pop star. Okay, anyways, back to pick'ems. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna put BLG. G2. Wait, what am I missing? Oh. Oh, I don't want to put T1 over Lion. Nah. I'm gonna give it to Lion here. Lion versus BLG. Do I care about my pick'ems? That's the question. Do I care about my pick'ems? Do I even care? This is Cashy, okay? Ugh. I know what the right answer is. How much copium do I want to huff right now? Like, do I want to get high on copium? Or do I just want to be like regular copium? Like, how much copium do I want to huff? Do I believe that Lion Gaming can beat HLE? Wow, it's really gonna be LCK finals. Is this really what I want to do? I feel like I'm correct here. I feel like I'm correct here. Frick it, bro. I don't care that much. Frick it, bro. I don't care that much. All right, we got 9 minutes. I'm supposed to go today. I'm nervous. I really want to go today. I do. I've got like a list of questions I want to ask the audience.
So I told her calmly, get lost, bitch. This my place and this way to turn up the trip off shit. This is the type of shit to make the hood go crazy. On the interstate doing 180. She said, do it for me, baby. Took a double shot and then we all went crazy. White girls go crazy.
Is it far from where you are? Probably like a 15-minute taxi. Like, I don't think it would be too bad. It's just I'm nervous. Like, there's always a little bit of nerve-wracking like vibe before I do interviews, because like I'm going up to people, I'm asking them, are they okay with being in an interview? Asking them if it's okay if I talk to them, that type of deal. It can be kind of nerve-wracking. You know what I'm saying? I should definitely do my makeup though.
This the ending from the 9. Grind them bitches from behind. If you wait
I should
long
definitely do
enough,
my
baby, I can
makeup
spit
if
it
I'm
up,
going
spit
in.
it up, spit it up. This
G2 or Top Esports will win. I think Top Esports, but I do think it will be the closest series that we will see. I do. Do it while we wait. Yeah. I need to go wash my face. So yeah, let me go do that. Do I like this like thicker eyeliner is the question. I think it's okay. I'm just gonna redo that. Y'all think this outfit is okay? I feel like it's very casual, basic. I normally don't wear stuff like this. Should I dress up? I always like to dress up so people take me seriously. Faco cosplay, alright. Oh yeah, title update. Y'all are so on it. Y'all should be like Twitch streamers or something. I don't know. Dang, that booty fat. It kinda is though. It kinda is. She be working out or whatever. Dang. Period. She do be in the gym. She do be in the gym. Yes, BBL. I know that's right. Okay, today is... What is it? We just looked at the matches and I don't remember. Team Secret Wells versus HLE, yeah? Where's the schedule? Actually, what? HLE versus Team Secret Wales, G2 versus Top Esports. HLE versus Team Secret Wales. Then I put TSM, Lord have mercy. Then G2 versus Top. This is MSI COSTREAM Day 5. Breaking news, level 7.8. You're so silly. Okay. Let me open up the stream. Pause the music. Full esports. HLE versus TSW.
Get out of groups. Yeah, I mean, split one. They technically finished 10th. It's kind of fake news because of the format, but this team was not really on the same page with Kanavi. After first stand, you know, we saw G2 wiping out the LCK teams. We saw the
Slay mamas. Did he go to Korea just to get away from Taylor's wedding in New York? I don't know who Taylor is and who getting married, but yes. What's up, C Joe? Let me go wash my face so I can do my makeup. So when I run to catch the second series, I will be set and ready. So I will be right back. Right back. Hey.
But also, I think that he's been giving too, because if you have a team of Zeka, Zayas, like you are going to be pretty psychopathic, and I think that they've been able to find that balance as well.
It's true. Do you feel like for HLE, they had kind of everything going for them near the latter end of their season there in the LCK? I feel like, you know, their solo lanes can be incredibly strong, but the meta also really played in their favor. Kanavi is incredible, and he could also play the things that he likes. Zeka had a breakout split, but because we're not always used to him being at the forefront, but also because he had all the picks he wanted. Do you feel like the MSI patch might maybe throw a wrench in the works?
I think it could work pretty well for them, honestly. I think that, you know, their top side is quite flexible. You know, people used to talk about Zeka as, he's just the melee guy, but he can really play everything at this point. Zayas can play everything at this point. It's a very different team than T1, though, because T1 is so bot lane focused, and Goomba plays weak side for this team. They focus more on top, but the jungle, I think, is going to decide so much between Kanavi and Histo. Histo really is the star, to me, of their team, and he has got to get going early. He's got to be able to create some sort of action, some sort of advantage over Kanavi, it feels like. if they're really going to have a chance.
Yeah, I do agree with that, and I do think that from the side of, honestly, from Team Secret Whale side, the lesson that they learned from first stand was pretty much that. Like, they do want to play a lot more together, and they do need to actually strengthen their laning phase. If I look from the side of HLE, I think Guma plays a pretty important role. A lot of my takeaways from the LCK was like, wow, mage bot lanes are incredibly strong. And we saw it a little bit throughout T1's play, but we're going to be seeing a lot of it from Guma Yusi because of the flexibility that he showcases. His team fighting is incredibly good, so I do think it is a meta in which you play through your solo lanes really well, and you have a late game fighting team fight AD carry or a mage bot lane that Guma provides to be able to supplement that.
Well, I think that's kind of what we're going to find out, right? Because there are teams that are on different ends of the spectrum. T1 is very much on the other end of the spectrum. We have to see, what style looks better in this meta.
Yeah.
Coming in, this might not be their biggest challenge, but it's going to be interesting to see what kind of picks they want to go towards and what kind of style they're going to bring out.
It might start spelling out what we can expect of HLE here, because everyone is expecting them to be a finalist, probably. I mean, it's T1, HLE, and BLG, 3 of the teams gunning for that position as favorites, with the disadvantage that T1 has already gone through the play-in stage, which is usually their issue, right? But I really don't see where HLE is going to have any problems in this matchup.
I do think it's going to be another discipline test, because Histo is going to try and find an angle early on his first clear. If he goes for like a 3-camp gank topside or something to that nature to get pun ahead, you have to be aware of that. Zeus is somebody who's going to always press forward for a skirmish, so I think they're going to try and play to something and try and mess up the game a little bit early in terms of tempo for HLE. HLE needs to recognize that, because if pun's not showing up in lane, it's probably because he's walking to the bot side of the map.
And this is where I also want to see how good is the prep from Secret Whales, because when I think about TL, they lost all their games to T1, but they were competitive in those games, I think, largely because they came with unexpected picks. We saw Yasuo mid, we saw Yasuo top, we saw the Olaf jungle, we saw all these different picks.
Yeah.
Their preparation, I think, was excellent, and to even have a chance, you have to have beautiful prep against a top-level team like this.
It's true. MSI is such a great tournament in that way, because teams usually do have a little bit more time to come up with everything. Team Secret Whales could also scrim a couple of teams from other regions.
True.
That could help them in that regard, but still, it's going to be a very tall order for Team Secret Whales and for HLE. They want to show that they should be a team to be reckoned with and in the conversations for maybe winning MSI 2026. Let's kick off the bracket stage.
미드 시즌 인비테이셔널. 누군가 정상에 오르기 위해서는 누군가는 쓰러져야 합니다.
작년에
Are we getting
어쨌든
started?
경기력이 무너졌었는데 그 패배는 오래 남아 있었습니다. 그 후로 많은 배움이 있었고 변화도 있었습니다. 저희의 목표는
Right back. Hey, right back. Hey.
한국에서의 첫 MSI.
It's getting. This is the first day of MSI. Like, this is the main stage. Whoa.
MSI 대전.
Whoa.
2026년 새해 퍼스트.
I'm so excited to go. I haven't seen it yet.
BLG와 LPL이었습니다.
因为我们这次创造了队史，拿到了
8 p.m. PST
这也为我们
eSport.
带来了更多的动力，去达到更多的胜利。我们的目标就是拿到黄金之路。Our last international tournament showcased a lot of hope for our region.
Back-to-back 3-0 victories over the LCK.
What does it take this time to lift the trophy? We have to rely on the lessons we learned from first stand, the lessons we've learned from the last 5
They learned a
exercises
lot of
we played
lessons at first stand, but I think the most important one is that
Đây là kỳ MSI lần đầu tiên em được tham gia nên là em thấy rất là vui.
the heroes can bleed too, bro.
Và tụi em có thể làm được điều đó.
언더독 역시
The way they
절대
eliminated
무시할 수 없습니다.
Genji, like,
We didn't come out this way for nothing.
We're not gonna miss our shot. We will be here for
to
this
stop
round.
throwing, like, low key.
At the beginning of the year, I was teamless, and by chance, I was able to join Lion. Now we're looking to make our mark here at MSI.
Yes,
What's your win rate at MSI?
Lion.
I've never lost at MSI.
Never lost.
Never lost. But have you ever been to MSI? First time.
去年世界赛结束，也一直在思考后面的规划，然后当时身体也出了一些状况，所以就选择了暂时休息。
Okay, Jackie Love.
跌倒了，就再站起来，这就是晋级。
Jackie Love been playing for a long time, right?
感觉都回来了，你呢？
I think Team Secret Whales is from Vietnam.
그리고 기억하십시오. MSI는 본래 LPL의 대회였습니다.
I think I picked HLE to win MSI. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, low-key.
정상에 오르기 위해서는
Mini 18,
수백
holy
개의
moly.
꿈이 산산조각 나야만 합니다.
Because I remember hearing that name before I even started getting into pro.
긴 말은 필요 없을 것 같습니다. Good luck.
승부수를 던질 시간입니다.
Like, they always have Faker as, like, the final boss. Because he is. Because he's him. Because he's T. That's my man. Okay. My man. My man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MSI 2026. The play-ins have officially concluded, and it's time for the teams to now take to the main stage in their search for glory and victory here in League of Legends International Competition. My name is Captain Flower. I am joined by Dagda here for this first best of 5 in main stage competition between Hanwha Live Esports and Team Secret Whale.
And I'm so excited to get into the main stage today. The teams look prepped, they look ready, and I'm hoping that we finally get something that isn't a 3-0 series. For the love of God, give me something that's not a 3-0 series.
Everything in play-ins was so decisive. Everything in play-ins was a clean sweep. But now that we've made it to the main stage, I'm sure that everyone out there is hungry for some closer, bloodier competition.
Yeah, I'm so
Let's go
ready. I'm also
HLE.
curious to see how kind of the draft start to mix up a little bit as well, because we got a lot of like the Mage's bot lane, the Camille support was high priority, like even the shift that we got from the regular season seemed to be there. So now I'm curious if that still stands coming into the main stage, or if we start to see these teams bring their own flair to the competition.
And that's always what I want to see. When you come into international competition, generally there's going to be at least some meta shakeup. And even if there's not a direct shakeup, thanks to changes to the game itself, you're still going into a world where all these different regional metas are colliding.
Yeah, I've been
and
seeing
to me, that's always
a
so
lot of
exciting
posts that
to see
KBA is
which
supposed to
one's
come
actually
back.
the best, what prevails, or do all of them fall to the wayside?
How
in
do you
favor
people
of
even
something
find this
brand
out,
new?
bro?
Yeah, I do still expect to see a lot of unusual picks in that top lane for guys like Pun. I know
hope
he loves
so.
his counter
Ain't
picks,
nobody
and even like
competing for
Faye was
Faker.
bringing out things like the Skarner support over the course of the regular season. So if there is a team
I
that's
promise
willing
you
to
that.
shake
Ain't nobody
up,
over here
I think it's Team
competing.
Secret Whales here today.
And I feel like you're going to have
Ain't nobody
to
over
shake
here
things up. If
competing.
you just try to play what you expect to be standard meta League of Legends against Korea's #1 seed, you're likely to be in for a bit of a bad time.
Ain't nobody over
Yeah,
here.
that tends to not end particularly well
It's
unless
competing.
you're some of our super top teams. But I'm excited to see what Team Secret Whales can do here today. A lot of this, I think, is going to be focused on, how much control can Team Secret Whales get in the early stages, because they are a team that likes to play very aggressive, especially with his toe. Going up against a team like Hanwha Live Esports, where Kanavi kind of dictates the pace of the whole game, it's a difficult task.
I mean, in League of Legends, we always talk about how the jungler has so much control. Jungle is the role that always gets flamed the most because jungle is the role that
Who got
has
the
the most
blonde
different
hair?
decisions to make at any given time. And I feel like for both of these teams,
What's the weather like in
They
Korea?
want to play fast,
Hot.
they want to play scary,
Yeah.
and the
But it
junglers are
rained
the
yesterday.
engine that drives
It
that
rained,
action.
like,
But let's waste no more time
Yeah.
yapping about it. It's time to get into Champ Select, powered by
HLE
HyperX,
shows blue
here for the first
side.
time at the MSI 2026 main stage. We've got HLE choosing the blue side. side here, and they're going to go ahead, ban out the Orianna, the Vi here in their first 2 bans. Other side, it's the Poppy banned away alongside that Camille support that you talked about that has skyrocketed in priority.
Yeah, still the mage is going to be open. You can try and look for a few of those funky picks, but definitely the Camille has been pairing so well alongside them, setting up things like the Ziggs, being incredibly active in the early stages, and especially coming into MSI, the fact that we're getting more of those engaged supports is going to be, well, delightful for Delight, as he is someone who was fine in the mages,
Yeah, it's pretty
but definitely a key engaged support
like 80,
player
90
over the
degrees.
years.
I mean, Delight has been one of my favorite engaged support
Same,
players
yeah.
to watch over the years, like you've been talking about. Like some of this guy's plays, you remember some of the historic moments on things like the Rel, getting the massive AoE engages. I would love to see him on picks like that here in this one, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes down. We do have the Rumble and the Nautilus banned out here as our last bans of the first half of the draft, and Team Secret Whales is going to open things up with a Lee Sin for his toe. If I see Lee Sin in the game,
everything's
I have
pretty
a rule.
normal
If I
thus
see Lee Sin in the
far.
game, and at level 7, he is 0-0-0, you should have picked a different champion. This champion makes things happen. It's skill expressive. It gets it done. But over on the other side, HLE is going to respond with some long-range power. It's Jace and Ziggs both locked in.
Yeah, which is less than ideal for a Lee Sin when you want to try and play up close and personal. If you can close the gap, fantastic. But I think his toe going to have his work cut out for him. At least adding the Rise could end up giving you some control over that mid-jungle. But trying to add a little bit of poke for themselves, going back towards the Ezreal, not the end of the world, and also something that can try and play away from some of these Zig bombs in the bottom lane.
All right, so we've got that Ezreal locked in. What's going to go there alongside it? Still a little bit of time to think.
Oh my gosh,
here.
are they putting
For
Guma
Secret
on
Whales, the
Ziggs?
Rise, that
I
is going to be the
don't
pick
like it.
Yeah, I'm curious what the answer is going to be
I
for Zeki,
don't
because we have seen the
like
Anivia as an answer.
Why do they do
That's
this?
not
Why do
the
they
thing.
hover
Don't-
him like they
don't
about to
look
play
at
him?
Yeah,
You know you're not
anybody
about
out
to
there
play him.
watching, you're not actually allowed to pick him in this competition.
Yeah,
You can hover him because
He's
it's
locked
funny.
out,
But yeah, okay, all right. Somewhere out there, freak is happening.
But yeah, I do think like the Cassiopeia and the Anivia were the 2 answers, so they're going to go back towards the Cassiopeia, which does make sense. Yep. You've got a lot of the kind of poke
Like we
champions.
know.
Having something that plays well when you have that all-in engage to buy that space is going to be very, very nice, and something that Zeka has looked decent on.
Yep, Zeka on the Cassiopeia, a player that for a long time was under scrutiny for like a limited champion pool. You remember back in when he won his world title with DRX, it was during this meta that ended up being perfect for him with the Sylas and the Akali being mid lane. But he has really opened up that pool more recently, playing with Kanavi aggressively in this jungle to open him up to be more comfortable on things like control mages. So
Can you get
Cassio
my
versus Rise
eyebrows
there in the mid
done?
lane. I like the Ziggs for Gumayushi as well, since he often ends up weak-sided.
I'm just
You
always
just
so
sit there,
scared
you
to go
throw
to
bombs, you
anyone
clear the wave.
besides,
It's just
like,
like, okay, I'm not
eyebrows.
engaging with you, you don't engage
Eyebrows.
with me.
Yeah.
Plays will happen somewhere else on the map.
And he's had some nice outplays in those positions as well, where they've tried to dive him into the tower on this pick. So I'm excited to see what he can achieve. I was curious what the jungle pick was going to be
think
for
Guma's
Kanavi, though.
gonna
You can already
win? I
see
do.
Team Secret Whales targeting him with that
Or
trundle.
are you
that
talking
does
about
well into the
laning
Lee Sin
phase, or are
early
you talking
stages.
about the
And
whole series?
Again, I think you want something that can kind of scrap against the
As in
Lee Sin
terms of
early,
the whole
but at least
series, yeah, I
provide
think
some
HLE
sort of
will
zone
win.
control to set up
In
for
terms
these
of laning
long-range
phase, I don't
games.
know.
Yeah, and banning away the Trundle from your opponent. Anytime you have a jungle champion like a Lee Sin or a Xin Zhao who has power budget invested in gap closing and diving, Trundle is going to stat check them. It's just the way the game works. So getting rid of that, I always respect it. Bard banned away. Interesting from HLE. This is a very popular pick for both supports. So HLE is saying, that's fine. Delight doesn't need it here in this game. We'll just let it pass.
I think it's also good against a lot of these long-range champions, right? Like, Jace doesn't really have the mobility, so if Bard can hit him with the tempered face, makes that gap closing a little bit easier. Looks like it might be the Skarner, though. Curious if it is going to be in the jungle or...
in
if
pro
it'll actually
play,
end
like
up
I
going into that
genuinely
support
do
role,
not
'cause
like it.
We haven't seen it from Delight, but Bay has actually been playing it in that support role. But yeah, just going to be taking it. I'm going to have to wait and see exactly where that one's going to land.
Okay, Skarner locked in. He is a flex pick, like you say, so we'll see if they can get any value out of that. But over on Secret Whales' side, I'm still going to need to see their support. I'm still going to need to see the other solo laner here. They know they're dealing with Jason Cassiopeia.
I'm surprised
Obviously
they didn't
expecting the
Skarner
Rise to go
Rumble.
mid. But what's the support going to be here with this? It's two
Look at Eddie
long-range
posing.
poke champions as
Eddie
your
thinks
bottom
he's
lane.
cute.
Yeah, I think he needs some sort of engage. So looks like
Eddie
it might be the
cute?
round here
'Cause
for
that's
Bay,
a
and he
cute
is going to
little
just lock that in.
pose.
And I think, honestly, Pun might just have to kind of tank it here a little bit and go
Eddie
towards
think
something like
he
the Ignore.
fine.
I think you need the engage. Although he looks like, again, like Pun has been a player that has liked these counter picks where he can find like answers into the Jace. But yeah, I think you just need a tank here that can engage to close the gap.
Calm
but he's
down,
gone for the
man.
basically taking one for the team.
And you can see on the stats that popped up when it was locked in. Granted, these are only the stats for play-ins so far here at MSI, but 0-3, the big man up in the top lane has not been having a great time thus far. We'll see if maybe Secret Whales and Pun can turn that one around. But now it's time for the grand reveal. Is it support Skarner? Is it jungle Skarner? Which Skarner?
Oh, I meant genuinely who. Oh, I thought you meant like who? Where he at?
Oh, we got the shit for HLE.
Eddie's
so this is
picture
something
was
that we've
cute.
seen in LCK and a little bit in LPL as an answer into the Scion. Basically like, hey, we're going to just farm it out. Neither of us going to kill each other. But it makes it very difficult for you to try and play around the bottom lane. Oftentimes we've seen it more like Kog'Maw and Lulu though, as that like overall protection. But maybe we're not getting it. Maybe it is just the Shen in that support role. So basically giving a little bit more towards Zeus there.
Yeah, Shen in the support role. I mean, obviously, you've already got the Jace and the Cassiopeia locked in, most likely for your solo lanes. I still feel like because jungle Shen can be played, there was still the question of, does Shen go jungle?
But
does
even
Skarner go
Jace jungle has been seen as well, which
Yeah,
I wasn't sure about.
There's so much flex potential between these three, so we'll wait for the bar to run down, guarantee that we know exactly what is going on here. And it does look like as that bar approaches the end, it is the Skarner in the jungle, it is the Shen in the support role here for Delight.
You need to be on Love Island, okay? Things are getting out of hand quickly.
Auto attacks coming through, and the ability
How
to
do we
roam
go
around the Shen
from
is
he
very
cute
strong,
to he needs to be
especially
on Love
pressed over
Island?
level
I
6.
think
It's just gonna make it
we missed a
difficult
couple
for
steps
Team
in
Secret
between.
Wales
I
to
really
punish Zeus on the Jace in the top lane.
I
Because
really
anytime you
do.
try and play up there, oh well, there's a Shen that's backing him up. So I
Play
think a lot of this
Kate
game
or
is going to revolve
else,
around
yes.
setting Zeus up for success, which has kind of been a little bit of the HLE way.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. They like to play around that. I already mentioned back in earlier on in the draft, Gumayushi being on the Ziggs, it's a great pick because you kind of just weak side that bottom lane. You play around elsewhere. Having Delight on something like the Shen means, okay, at any point he can be laning with the Ziggs and then he just takes off somewhere else to help across the map. But let's go ahead and get into it. Onto the rift for game number 1 of main stage MSI 2026. Global power rankings there at the top, powered by AWS. HLE coming in at number 5. Team Secret Wales number 16. So a good difference, at least by those metrics, between the two squads.
Yeah, it is definitely an uphill battle.
Nope,
for
straight
Team
to Love
Secret Wales,
Island.
especially as we have seen them on the main stage before. As
well, frick me.
DRA taking some heavy trades because this was going to be my focus of this matchup. You know, Zeka on the counter pick in the mid lane, and DRA, we've seen him at internationals, but he hasn't quite been able to find that same success that he has domestically on the international stage. And I'm hoping this time around, after those few appearances, he's been able to figure out how he can play against some of the top mid laners in the world.
Yeah, you think about Team Secret Wales and where we've seen them before, and it's one of those
I
things
want more
that
card
has been a
reveals.
bit of a tough journey. But Vendetta is Riftbound's next set. You can see Jace popping up right there. Arriving July 31st, it brings together new champions, iconic rivalries, and beautiful art from across Runeterra. Whether you want to collect or play, Vendetta has something for you. So check that one out. That'll be after MSI is all said and done, so maybe some of those champs will pop off, give you a better reason to go after those rarest cards. But talking about Secret Wales, this is a team, remember, everybody kind of got inspired and hyped up around the LCP last year when we got to see the Flying Oysters come out and kind of just shock everybody, showing that, hey, this region, when their players are really locked in, they can compete. And then obviously, you know, losing a couple of those players through the exodus of the region, it makes things a little bit more difficult. But now Secret Wales, they qualified to Worlds last year, and they ended up placing, they weren't eliminated first in 15th or 16th, but they did get eliminated in that 12th through 14th place. Obviously not what they were looking for. Then they qualified a first stand earlier this year, and they go out first in that 7th and 8th place. So for Secret Wales, it's really not been the international outcomes they've wanted so far.
Domestically, though, they've been insane as, oh, DRA.
Oh, Delight with a taunt flash right on top of DRA. The flash away, but it won't be enough. First
already
blood over to
starting
Zeka.
off with
very early roam for Delight. Manages to find that flash taunt in the mid lane and sets up on the person we're saying we wanted to see have a bit of an easier time, but there is no time for him here.
No, that is rough, man. Let's take another look at it as Delight just goes in.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Flash, perfectly executed. And I think you can kind of see the pings coming through from Team Secret Wales. question marking where he was, but just didn't expect him to be there that early. A level 2 Shen in the mid lane is not something you see regularly.
I went
and
to
now,
the beauty
both
store
of these mid laners with no
I may have
mobility
bought
built into the kit.
a couple of
Both of
things.
them running the Deathfire touch because remember again, this
just
is
a couple.
we're in a world where there is no more there's no more phase rush, right? So it's very easy now to make repeat trips for either side over to the mid lane.
Yeah, and you can see already like
Former world champion mid laner DRX Zeka. Zeka is just like
very difficult for DRA.
I feel like
because
he's
Kanavi
kind
can
of slept
come
on.
through
Like
multiple
people don't talk
angles.
about
This
him
cap, though,
enough.
is going to be the first fight that we have between the two junglers.
All right, let's see who comes out on top. His toe.
Today I put
bursts down
in
the
to
large chicken.
interview
Kanavi makes his way into the mid lane instead, slowing down
Gumayushi,
D-Ray. It's disaster in the mid lane for Secret Whales. As HLE picks up another one. Kanavi collecting the money on this one.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Dare wanted to try and help out his toe, but ends up having to give his life.
No
because this is what we're saying. HLE just turn and burn onto Dare because he has nothing left but his toe. Trying to see if he can make the magic happen against Zayas.
Yeah, they got to get something back. They got to slow down this HLE war machine here a little bit. His toe coming in. Zayas using To the Skies defensively to get a little bit of extra distance. Flashes away from the decimating smash. They'll at least get the summoner spell up here, but it also cost the flash from Pun, so really not a huge win for Secret Whales.
Yeah, just trying to get something back, as you were saying, and at least if you can burn that for Zayas,
yeah, I
maybe
heard
level 6,
KDA might be coming back. Well, I don't think it's a might
We'll
anymore.
have to see how that one starts to pan out. Because already HLE 2 kills in this early stages, and Delight is now topside to make sure that Zayas can crash this wave alongside Kanavi. Like, it is difficult to crack HLE.
And we talked a little bit about it in draft, but the whole idea of the previous criticisms of Zeka being a player with like a limited champion pool, now that he's on HLE, playing with Kanavi as his jungler, who is very aggressive, it unlocks him to be able to more comfortably play these traditional mages in lane. And 1-0-1 start with 900 individual gold lead before 5 minutes.
Don't worry, it's still a best of 5, so
he's gonna be very happy.
We might still get him on ADC. Yeah, I definitely would have.
Both junglers on this side of the map, but more interest in the ward than anything else. And this is kind of what we expect for HLE, right? You talked about it coming through from the draft. The Ziggs in the bottom lane opens up for Delight to start to move. Delight will be slow on getting to that level 6 though, because he's been so active in the early stages on the map. But I think the results are.
I don't know why we put these star player
getting the first blood on your mid laner 2 minutes
ADC.
into the game. Sure, I'll take my slow Shen level 6 and trade for that. Back down here in bottom lane, though, the farm between the carries is pretty much dead even, so Eddie making sure that he's keeping up with Gumayushi there, and that's very important considering, you know, mid lane is already kind of a hemorrhage in terms of gold. Jungle and top also both slightly ahead for HLE, but this is kind of what you expect. If you're going into round 1 of an international tournament, you're playing against the Korean
Ziggs is so annoying. I think the response with Ziggs is like,
yeah, and I think it's
Ezreal is just a bunch of pokes, so he will also be a bunch of pokes. That's my thought process.
Kanavi already has push mid, so should be able to take this, although both junglers have smite. So curious to see if there will be a contest here.
Okay.
We'll see if that's actually
his
the
toe
case.
just backing away for now. Kanavi very close to level 6. His toe the same. The fight over this crab is going to determine who has ulti. And with Kanavi landing the smite, that means Skarner with Impale is something that his toe has to respect. Immediately backs up as Kanavi claims a little bit more space, places that ward down in the tri-brush just to try to help keep Zayas a little bit more safe.
Yeah, Histo isn't entirely sure, though, where Kanavi is
Every
right
time
now.
I want to play Yanara, it's always that one person that wants to play Ziggs APC. Oh, he counters her? I didn't know that.
You can see he actually put a ward into his own jungle there, just on the top. That's a big circle. Hang on, the small ward. Just there, onto his own top side. A bit afraid that Kanavi, with the push in mid and push in top, might invade on towards the red buff. But because he's unsure, doesn't actually commit for the topside play. They even move Bay up into that top end as well to try and help out. But Zayas is able to crash the wave, play it safe, and isn't punished on the overextension when he doesn't have the flash.
All right, Delight and BA both still not level 6, of course. Going to be a little while before we get there. BA does take over to level 5 first, however. Zeka and D-Ray over here in mid lane just about have the flashes off of cooldown, particularly when we're in international competition watching the top level teams. I always try to pay extra close attention to those last 20 seconds or so of a summoner spell cooldown because teams are so good at tracking it. They're so good at trying to make a play right at the very edge. But it looks like we are not going to see that here this time as the summoner spell cooldowns are back and available. But Dagda, it's just about 8 minutes on the clock.
Oh, that's Ewo. Okay. I was like, wait, what's ew?
Yeah, it's also Histo's about to hit level 7, and your famous 000 is still on the clock there.
Like, God dang, what I do?
It's unfortunate because honestly, Team Secret Wales, like domestically, have been incredible. Like 10-0. The only series they've lost all year long has been to DCG. Like they have been more than dominant in the LCP.
They lost to DCG, and we saw how DCG went.
Success yet as Delight's top lane.
Yeah, Delight making another move towards a solo lane. This time it's Pun who's in trouble. Zayas just needs a little bit more damage to take him down. One last auto attack seals the deal, and HLE making a 3-0.
That's one thing I need to learn how to do is to save my autos.
A little bit of a silver lining, but already you can see
I can
HLE
last it.
very much want to pick up the pace of this game. And Delight has been everywhere. And this is kind of what we were talking about coming in, is Delight now having access to Engage is a weird one maybe for Shen, but like
we'll still call it Engage.
Yeah,
sure.
Having these playmaking champions more so than the enchanters are perfect for him, and already getting active on the map. Like I think this is my favorite part of watching the way metas develop for MSI, like seeing all these roaming timers from the supports and like really playing on the edge of where they can be on the map has been so sick to see.
Ooh, Eddie down to 300 HP. Gumayushi flashing forward aggressively on the Ziggs,
They're
forcing the return flash.
aggro.
Now Kanavi could be in a little bit of danger. Flashes away from
super
Decimating
aggro.
Smash, but Team Secret Wales is making a 4-man
Okay,
play
they're
after
fighting
the
back.
Starner. Petrifying Gaze to try to get one back from Zeka,
Good
but
job.
it's not enough. Kanavi falls, and Team Secret Wales finally make their way onto the board.
There's what Raz was talking about on the desk, though. You know, giving up those lanes on the top side for Pun, moving down to cover on the play. They do get a kill, but it does go to the support, and you're also losing some of those waves in the top lane. So while it's nice, unfortunately for Team Secret Wales, they don't fully come out of that unscathed.
Yeah, they get the money from the kill, but turret plates being mined top, being mined bottom, it's a problem. Team Secret Wales at least also did get themselves the first Drake of the game, but this 2,500 gold lead is the scariest thing in the scoreboard right now, my friend.
Yeah. And you can see here, so Bay just finding that roam timer to move towards mid, but Kanavi very tanky at this stage, so they move Pun down in the hopes that he can help out. But Kanavi, oh, hang on.
Right back to live. Zayas under pressure. Delight makes his way into the fight, trying to protect his top laner, as now both of them try to get out. Focus onto Zayas here for the Jays, but Kanavi has arrived.
Okay, they're fighting back.
Zayas dies. Now Kanavi's got to be a little bit careful. There's not a lot of damage here on the HLE side, so they won't be able to get anything back.
They're fighting
nice
back. Oh, it's TSM. No, it's TSW. I did the same thing.
Into the top side.
I thought it was
TS,
or I typed TSW when I was typing out the title.
So thought he was going to be safe, especially having Delight hit that level 6. But there's just more members of Team Secret Wales there.
I was talking about making plays right before the cooldown timer of the flash returns. Sometimes it's the insidious overconfidence of getting the cooldown back that you can then punish. And that's what Team Secret Wales just did. The gold lead obviously still far in favor of HLE, but Team Secret Wales not going to go down without a fight. His toe up to a 500 gold lead individually here. And this guy is really the engine. I mentioned it earlier about him, how he works in this game. The heir to Levi is the question, right? You think back to part of the biggest demonstrations from the LCP historically, you know, like the PCS, the LMS, and their international performances. You think of Levi, you think of
TS
Levi
upside down him, yep.
Style, and that's exactly kind of what you need to see from his toe if they're going to have a chance against a team like HLE.
Yeah, still.
I remember them because of the one player that they had that would do the dances.
Secret Wales kind of just need to back away here, but with the reset
like
coming through
really
on
saucy,
Eddie, I think they're just going to look for the turn
ended
plates
up
or a little bit
taking
of a push on this bottom
so
side.
he's not on
you
this
can see
team
HLE
anymore.
like trying to get aggressive, get vision down onto his toe to spot out exactly where this Lee Sin's moving.
And right there you can see Gumayushi. This is his first international series without Carrier, Faker, or Owner. That roster that was together for so very long.
All right, y'all. We don't have to.
It's Gumayushi's turn to prove his strength outside of that Goliath that was assembled.
I feel like he's already proved it. He got
MVP. It does feel weird to not have them as a
at
group,
Worlds,
especially in an international competition, and especially for
I feel like
Gumayushi.
he's already
Like, this
proved
is his
it.
5th time in a row at MSI. Like, it's got to feel different with a different jersey on, but we'll have to see if he can maybe find that first win for himself at this tournament.
Down here in the bottom lane, Eddie under pressure yet again from Gumayushi, who continues chasing him down here in the 1v1. Guma, he doesn't care about being weak-sided. He's still stronger than the other weak-sided carries, so he's going to play aggressively. Kanavi
it's
invading the
HLE
red buff
now.
at the same time,
I wonder
trying
if they're
scare
glad
his
to
toe
be
away.
playing together
Delight right
again.
behind Kanavi. His toe goes in,
Honestly.
secures his own red, and gets over the wall as BA is waiting. But now Kanavi coming in, trying to get something back. Pun comes in here. but he's not going to get a
Just
whole
needs to
lot
do it
of the
without
unstoppable
T1
onslaught.
now.
Just makes his way
I'm
towards the
rooting
turret.
for
That's
him.
all he wants. He just needs to clear away the wave.
I'm rooting for
Meanwhile,
that
down
Q.
here on the bottom side, Gumayushi about to use the satchel charge, blow up that first turret, but they're going to make a play. On the other side, it's D-Ray moving down to the bottom lane, but a TP also about to arrive from
Ace
HLE.
has been looking pretty
Gumayushi
good.
just sat D-Ray down.
But
In a
Gumayushi
1v2,
is
he
also
didn't even need
Gumayushi,
Zeka's help.
so
He
put
sends
some
the
respect
Rise
on his
back
name.
to the fountain and tells Ezreal, you're next. Gumayushi, man.
That Luden's echo damage is doing work.
Too good.
D-Ray, I'm so sorry. He moves down to the bottom side, thinks he's helping out, only giving more gold across. And with the tower going down as well in that bottom side, Zeus getting
that the
plates in the top side.
2025
Look at
World
the gold
Champion
lead
MVP?
That's opening up across all the
that MVP
carries on
part,
HLE
though.
right now.
This is scary, man. You mentioned earlier the question posed to Secret Whales and specifically to D-Ray is you've been at international stages a couple of times. You are domestically dominant, but international performances have not been where he wants them to be. And this first game, unfortunately for Team Secret Whales, is going the exact same way. D-Ray targeted 2 times very early on, gets off to a bad start. Then when he finally goes to make the play to try to get a punish and get back into the game, instead, he gets exploded by Gumayushi's Ziggs as Zeka goes over the wall. Sonic Wave connects, but I am telling you right now, his toe, you do not want to press that Q again.
I don't think his toe wants to be where he is right now. Trying to be a secret agent to see if he can sneak his way out of this one, but Gumayushi spotted him.
Yeah, Gumayushi just hunting him down. Immediate Dragon's Rage into the Sonic Wave. Gumayushi bouncing back away as the Sand United is ready to protect the carry. TP's coming in. Mega Inferno Bomb collides onto his toe. He's down to 200 HP. Everybody trying to block the Shock Blast. Zeus wants the angle, seeing if maybe he can find it. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, it just ends up being a leash in the end, but that was a risky one. As Kanavi, knowing that his toe is run for the hills, is going to be able to secure this dragon. But we see here, like, Gumi, this play, like, D-Ray thought he's helping out because he's relatively healthy, but the lead on levels for Gumayushi, and D-Ray not really having the support of any.
No worries, guys. I have several batteries.
Yeah, normally you don't expect, as the mid laner going into the bottom lane, that the enemy bot lane carry will out-level you.
Yeah.
But that's just the state of things right now.
Also just item difference, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at the items for D-Ray. He's kind of holding on with a few components in a prayer. That was not anything compared to Luden's echo damage that Gumayushi has. Like, this Ziggs on this item spike is so insanely strong, and unfortunately D-Ray had to be the one to prove it.
Yeah, D-Ray struck Catalyst and Swift March plus a tier. This is a very budget build, we will politely call it.
Yeah.
D-Ray's got a lot of catching up to do to try to be relevant in this game, but 15 minutes in, a 5,000 gold lead? HLE has already built something that now relies on one of their own blunders for Team Secret Whales to come back.
And they're just not going to give them that moment, right? They've dropped bot wave. They're like, cool, look, you can get some turret plates. We're going to push on mid, get full vision control on this top side, and look for more.
Yeah, Pun tries to jump in there and scare
D-Ray.
them away, loses half of his HP for his efforts. Zeka tried to go for the Petrifying Gaze, but doesn't land the stun, so Pun stays alive. But the pressure continues from the HLE solo laners.
His name is
Kanavi supporting them here on the side, summons up the Rift Herald, hops right on in. Kaboom! Knocks down the tier 2 turret. Dagda, I don't think they're stopping.
No.
I think it's a full base push. At 16 minutes into the game, the Herald collides into the tier 3 turret. Team Secret Whales trying to defend. The True Shot Barrage flies through, but it will not matter. Pun!
Guys, if they end before 17:30 something, that's the quickest international game in history.
Game, and HLE is marching on the Nexus.
That is not
okay,
what
it's
I
not over.
expected
It's
to be
not
saying
over.
at 16.5 minutes into this game. But they will back away. Now, traditionally, you're not supposed to take the inhibitor at this time.
No.
Because, you know, there's no Baron and you can't use the super creeps effectively. I don't know if that's an issue this game, because you have a massively accelerated poke comp that can siege anywhere.
It's not
anytime
over.
on
It's
the
not
map
over
and
yet.
kind of ruin Team Secret Whales' day.
Not over yet.
This one might be a quick one, Flowers.
Gumayushi just bought his Shadow Flame. We now have 2 fully completed items on both the Ziggs and the Cassiopeia. Zeka is about to evolve his Archangel Staff into the Seraph's Embrace in one more
That
spell
Mad
cast.
Line's got
Right, just hit a
1642.
random
I
minion
thought it
with
was
Twin Fang. Okay, that
1735.
thing's fully completed. Top
But
lane,
maybe
Zeus
it
already has
was-
his second item done now
maybe
with the
it was
Serpent's
16.
Fang. I'm not seeing the way back into the game for Team Secret Whales, barring just a massive error from HLE, and they're not playing like they're going to commit one of those.
Yeah. I mean, this is clinical, right? And I do think this is why people are looking at HLE as one of the top teams coming into this tournament.
Yeah.
Like, it's this sort of precision. It's we got a small lead and now we're ruining Pun's day again.
Yeah, Pun is, he's barely hanging on to life. Meanwhile, Kanavi and Zayas just putting the pressure on 2 points at once. These are the plays that you normally see when a team has Baron. Baron will not be on the Rift for another 2 minutes as HLE just continues mounting the pressure. Delight bouncing back and forth between the two sides. Still only level 7 on the Shen, doesn't matter. He got level 6. He has the R button. That's all he needs.
I want to ask who owns the record, but I feel that's a dumb question.
Well, so
it was an EU team. It was definitely an EU team, which I think Holy was saying was Mad Lions, and it was versus a Korean
Team Secret Wales disengages and finds the punish. TSW looking for a little bit more now. Decimating smash over the wall, not going to get a whole lot. Eddie down to 20% HP. Mega Inferno Bomb. It might just burn him away, but no, not quite enough damage. Histo about to die, but the Impale misses. Zeka goes forward. Histo still running. Zeka needs one more Noxious Blast and a Twin Fang. Last one hits him. Zeka makes it a 1-for-1 trade overall as Delight is
They're getting
kind of
ran through low-key.
Zay is still looking for a little bit more. D-Ray, run. Okay. For a second, I thought that might have been another rise.
Was it Worlds?
Not dying might be the only reason that Team Secret
Was it Worlds, Holy, or was it MSI?
I think if there was only 3 people here, HLE would have taken that big wave in top lane and looked to try and finish off some of these Nexus turrets. But either way, HLE, like, it's 40 seconds until Dragon and Baron, and like, I just don't care. I think they just siege the base. Like, how do you do anything else? Because look at the damage from Gumi here. Because it's a nice pick onto the light. Gumayushi then TP's in as BA gets this. But the bombs from Gumayushi onto Eddie are insane. Like, the man just health bar disappears. And then the only fact that you don't have any burn in the kit for Ziggs right now is the reason that Ezra is still standing.
Yep, he hit him with one landmine, the Luden's proc, and then one bouncing bomb, and that was 70% of his HP. Like, it's very difficult to play the game from that angle at that point.
Brown hair.
And here's a stat we've got for you. Fastest game at
fresh
MSI
color.
so far in the play-in stage, 23 minutes and 37 seconds. That was T1 versus Team Liquid. It is very possible for this game to beat that record because I feel like if HLE just wants to rush Baron and then rush the enemy base, that's probably game.
Yeah, I would like that statistic to stand, though, because at least then we've got something over NA this tournament as an EU man.
G2 has yet to play.
That is fair.
Later on today.
That is fair. That is fair.
Maybe they'll give you all something impressive as Delight avoids the Shattering Strike, gets himself away for now. Rest of HLE not quite in position to back him up. As you can see, Kanavi and Zeka working together to just burn down this Drake. I do not see a world where this goes to be a Dragon Soul game. I just don't think it'll go long enough, but HLE are making sure to just
would have to make an
play the game right,
comeback.
take what you need to take, secure all the objectives, and now you can see them starting to head up towards this top side of the map, towards this red buff quadrant of Team Secret Wales.
I also need them to like
apart
slow
from
down the
rest of
game so I can like
pushing down the bottom lane.
take my time getting ready.
Teleport coming in now. Zeka ready to join the rest of the team.
If they could kindly
Kanavi goes
stop
in with
winning
Each
so
Tall
hard.
Impact. D-Ray's going to be your target here. Kanavi continues the chase. Mega Inferno Bomb goes through. Flash forward from Kanavi, but it doesn't get stopped from Decimating Smash. No way out for BA. That's one pick over to HLE. And another one sent on the run as D-Ray barely survives. And you can see now HLE.
He's trying to rush you
it's
right.
a conga line towards
Like
Baron.
a 20-minute game, babe.
Pick up the
Like,
big purple
please
worm,
let
and I think
me.
that might just seal the deal here.
Please let me take
with
my
only
time.
2 inhibitor turrets left remaining. HLE just kind of have control. Guma on his own, though. Histo, maybe? The Realm Warp.
Okay, takes the satchel charge, gets himself away. Stand united preemptively, just making sure that he stays safe. D-Ray is now caught on the wrong side of the rift. Zayas should just be able to catch him up here with a nice accelerated shock blast as soon as the cooldown's ready to go. The chase continues. A little bit more. Ooh, D-Ray's actually...
Honestly?
Okay, D-Ray
that
juked
worked.
him. Okay.
Well, he got away, and you pulled him off Baron.
He, about that got away part. I don't quite think. Okay.
Good.
He evades the rock. The upheaval does not connect.
Another
but now,
challenger
every time
approaches.
he evades one man, the next man steps up to catch him. It was a valiant effort from D-Ray, but after they send the third guy, it's pretty over.
Yeah, look, he got deep on his first run in the roguelike, but unfortunately, you know, you have to go down eventually, and then they give you the upgrade.
Boss. Yeah, it's just, you can get through the first 2 phases. That's pretty good on your first run. 8,500 gold lead for HLE. Every single individual roll ahead, with top lane ahead almost 3,000 gold, bottom lane ahead almost 3,000 gold, mid lane ahead 2,000 gold. It's just, you're seeing why
That's
HLE
tough, actually.
is one of the teams that many people have predicted as a tournament favorite.
Yeah, and I think this is... I think it's... oh, hang on.
Oh, no. All right. Goodbye, BA. He tried to get out, but Delight, CC plus Zeus' damage.
They're not even letting them like have a chance, low key.
Most of the way, but I mean, man, just the edge of the Mega Inferno Bomb still hurts. And look at Gumayushi's inventory.
Like, they're not even letting him get
Two
up.
large rods. He's this close to having a hat. And once he does, it's just going to be whoever gets hit by the ultimate loses half their health instantly.
Yeah, it's a party hat in this one. They're going to feel very, very comfortable from... I do, like, as I was going to say for HLE, I think it's incredibly impressive to see how this team's come together, because obviously it was a little ropey at the start of their split. There was the whole 10th place
Yeah, I think
team,
the second
but,
series will be closer
I do
for
think,
sure.
Like, this team looks
I agree with that.
Now, they have their identity.
Or are you saying the second
Navi
game
looks
of this
insane.
series?
Gumayushi being able to bring out a ton of these mages, which really fits the
T-
meta. And also
TSW
opens up
gonna
the
go
light then to start
back
playing
into the
around.
break room and
I think
cook
it's
up.
really putting them into a super interesting spot, especially going up against a team like BLG that plays a somewhat similar style. It's just going to be such a sick tournament to watch these two and a couple like teams like T1 and Top Esports and G2 and yada yada all battle it out.
And I just love how fast HLE likes to play as well. As you can see, I think we've got our final Hail Mary coming out here from Team Secret Wales. BA approaching on the flank, but as soon as they try to make a move, his toe nearly dies at the very start, but Zeus is popped. Pun gets the kill. Nice move from Team Secret Wales. They managed to get one, but now they got to make sure they don't lose too much on the exit. Zeka still moving forward. Mid lane inhibitor about to fall. Yes, Zeus is down, but HLE will still successfully use the Baron to break into the base and crush the mid lane inhibitor.
Yeah, I mean, fair play to Team Secret Wales. They're already making HLE work for these last couple of minutes. And it's just unfortunate that there is a 3,000 gold lead on Gumayushi. There's that Ravenous death cap you were talking about. Yep. It's just, there's not enough in the tank. So even when you get some of these good engages, it's the follow-up that you have to be careful about, the punch back.
And you can see Zeus with the Voltaic Cyclo stored in inventory now. He's 3 fully completed items. Zeka bought his arm guard a long time ago. He has not been under enough pressure to ever have to use it. So now he's just building other stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? As long as I have this, I'm fine. As Kanavi, Ishtal's impact through the wall, gets the slow onto BA, and nice use of the Impale to buffer through the defensive CC. Makes it easy for HLE to pick up another one. That is BA dead for 25 seconds. That is the main engage tool of Team Secret Wales. And HLE still have their Red Bull Baron power play for the next minute and 15 seconds. They're going to use it to bust through the last remaining Tier 3 turret. This inhibitor is going to be open. The top lane inhibitor is open. The mid lane inhibitor is already wreckage. And HLE have a 5v4 for the next 5 seconds. BA is going to be alive to try to defend the Nexus turrets. But Team Secret Wales, they're staring down the barrel at the end of the game right now. Delight goes in, tries to find his toe, isn't going to get him. His toe evading that for now. First Nexus turret already down. HLE continuing the push, still have the Baron for another 45. Pun tries to jump in, not going to find the angle he's looking for. Kanavi on the chase, True Shot Barrage goes through, only hits Kanavi. That's not good enough. Secret Wales still scrambling. Second Nexus turret going to be your target now. They want to defend it, but Gumayushi wants to end it. Pun has to flash out, barely staying alive. Petrifying game box Pun dies to the Mega Inferno Bomb, and his mid laner dies beside him. D-Ray's also gone. The remaining Secret Wales have to hide away inside the fountain, and even then, they may not survive. The bouncing bombs just terrorizing the health bars here as HLE
12-4 with a how much gold lead was that?
A very confident performance from HLE in game number 1. Insane.
That was a little...
I don't really know how you're supposed to kind of come back from that, if I'm
that
honest.
was a little
but,
crazy
let's
wavy.
toss it over to the AD to break that one down.
Thank you so much. I'm also not exactly sure how we're going to talk about that one. It almost looked like at some points that they were playing with their food. They could do an objective, or they could chase you all the way over your map. Maybe that?
Yeah, I mean, like, how's Dagda gonna drop us with that responsibility?
It's true, it's true, it's true.
That was extreme heat. I'm sorry. They were on fire in the game, and they needed a fire extinguisher.
And it started in the draft. Actually, I really liked some of the creativity in the draft. We talked about, hey, what are they going to be bringing in the tournament? What is the meta going to be?
Yeah.
And it was cool to actually see Shen support, Skarner. We haven't seen either of these at MSI. I think their comp actually made a lot of sense, too. They're not just throwing out some random picks here. You're putting Zion in the matchup where he has to build armor. You're bringing in Cassio and Ziggs, who are going to be that big threat to him in the team fights that are going to be magic damage.
Yeah.
And then you have this Shen that can play towards the side lanes really, really effectively with the Skarner also. So I thought it was a really intelligent draft, and they made it look so easy.
He absolutely did. Let's take a look. Oh, now the draft sheet.
But yeah, like I wanted to actually support
It
the
overheated?
Like, when you see the first pick,
How
Lee
so?
Sin
Oh
locked
my
in,
gosh,
you're
look
like,
how many
that
people are
is
there,
his
dude.
toes pick. Like that's exactly what you want to see from him. And then immediately it's like, well, how does he find a way in? Like the petrifying gaze, the miasma,
That's
the Shen
interesting
ulti.
thing. He doesn't, buddy.
Oh no! I just felt like the entirety of Edgy Lee's composition really countered both what Ryze wanted to be able to get done and also what Lee Sin wanted to do. So like as playmakers, you can't really find a way into the fight. You can't play through sides necessarily unless D-Ray was able to get off early, and that just didn't happen.
Let's talk a little bit about the poor man in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Because we said before, been to
Yeah.
internationals before, couldn't really play up to his level despite having a good
No,
level domestically.
AC.
What did HLE
That
do to
should
him
be against the law, Bestie.
Unspeakable things.
Yes.
That should be
He
against
was
the
already
law.
kind of getting clapped in
Yep.
the 1v1 straight from level 1. Zeka was trading so
Bestie,
heavily
get
on
you
him.
some AC.
And then Delight hits level 2, and he's just not expecting a
fan
roam
at
this
least?
early. And honestly, I wasn't expecting Delight to commit this hard, but it fully makes sense.
At least
Taunt,
tell me you got a
flash,
fan.
That guarantees the Noxious Blast is going to hit, so you have the additional move speed. He heals for the move speed onto Zeka. They chase him down, they kill him, and then Kanavi, rinse and repeat coming on in. They know there is no flash, no way out. D-Ray was getting absolutely bullied. He was down like 40, 50 CS early in this game.
Yes.
It was
dire.
out of control.
Zeka did such a great job conditioning him to lean towards the bot side of the bush. Like it was
Conditioning him.
the entire laning phase from level 1.
Conditioning him to get his butt beat.
He had like a 30 CS deficit, nearly a 2K deficit by the 20-minute mark. He just couldn't play the game.
You know what? He's probably happy they ganked him. Because he was like, this is going so badly. These trades, please gank me so that it at least looks as if
now I
it
can
wasn't
play my
fault.
support. Yeah.
Wasn't a 1v1. I had him right where I wanted him. I swear.
Did you call the roam timer, BA? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Well, I mean, who cared? Who called the next one? Because
Are the rest of y'all surviving out here? I got the AC pumping 24/7.
I mean, Guma has been
Not even
playing a
going
weak
cap
side
to you.
style. You know, Delight, we know, yes, he can play the enchanters, he can play everything, but when this guy's on Gate Champs, he is just kind of different, and he is making the roams look really strong on the Shen.
Yeah, that's one of my questions for HLE going deeper into this tournament, right? Because they have that self-sufficient style for Guma in the bot lane, so Delight can do things like that. But maybe that won't work if you go up against different types of teams. In this one, though, it definitely worked, and I feel like it's going to be repeated.
1630 inhib?
It's cool here today, not
It
gonna
was
lie.
the
What's the weather
fastest
like over there in
all
Cali?
time in international.
Wow.
So for an inhib take. So that is quite fast. They did hang on for a while after this, but the funny thing is we talk about Guma as weak side, but it just felt like every side was strong side for HLE this game because he was winning the 1v1 against the Ezreal, and then they're like, we'll just bring down the Ryze. We'll 2v1
Yeah.
And he solo kills the Ryze in a 1v2 and made it look ridiculously easy. So
Yeah.
D-Ray can't lane mid. He's like, I'll just go bot. Can't lane there either, buddy.
Yeah, it sucks. I guess maybe we're talking a little bit too negatively on the side of Team Secret Whales.
What was
It
the
hard.
positive?
What?
What was the positive?
Well, HLE pulled off the ganks. Delight was roaming.
True.
Zeka had a great game. Guma had a great game. There you go. That's what you want to see from
I like
a favorite.
that. I like that. And I do think from Delight to see him find those angles really early on, I think just the thought process of a level 2 Shen gank mid meant that he was really confident in what he was being heard from like what was going on mid lane from Zeka, and also knowing that the wave was pushing in, he was like, okay, like Zig should be completely fine to find this one window. If it doesn't materialize, then that's completely fine. I can go back bot lane. Same thing when he was roaming and finding plays with Kanavi. I was like, wait a minute, okay, seems like Sign is pressing up. I'm gonna look up there. So I think Delight showcased something that was really good. Just finding the flow within the game and seeing an angle, and he found a lot.
Yeah, absolutely did. I mean, we never got to really get to team fights
No,
because
that's
the
what we
game was
wanted.
exactly the game was decided before
Yeah.
then, and this is a meta that is almost always decided by those 5v5s. But you've got to give yourself a chance to get there. We need to see TSW hold on in those lanes. It is going to be so hard against a team like HLE because they are ridiculously strong across the board.
They are. It's saying something when you can't even get to those
I do
5v5s,
not like this
right?
powder
So it's going to
puff.
have to be a new game plan
Be
for
my
Team
regular
Secret
one.
Whales when we come back.
이거 먹을 때 볼게. 볼게. 나이스 노플. 밟았다. 밟았는데? 어찌어지냐? 아이고. 미드 잡았어. 나이스.
Hopefully TSW goes into the little break room.
나 해봐줄게.
and they figure out what they gotta do, because like right now they going out sad, and I don't want to see nobody go out sad.
WD. 사연 노플? 사연 보자.
No, it's double elim. It's double elim. So even if they lose today, they won't go home. But once you lose twice, that's when you go home.
Players shine and new legends step up, where legacies are built and dreams are either realized or ripped apart. He still doesn't die. You cannot step the Vega and expect to live to talk about tomorrow. He dropped it well with the arcane storm, doing so much work in Genji. They are just going to ace them.
When I was a player, if I was to like make a misplay, maybe it's my mouse, maybe it's my armrest, something feels wrong. If you were at home, you wouldn't do that.
Would I ever play Ezreal in an ADC Pro match? Nope. TSW Twitter was so funny yesterday. No, like they do a great job. That's how I remember TSW. Is like I know that their Twitter, their socials, they be popping on there.
가장 편안할 때 더 강력한 플레이가
Undoubtedly.
자연스럽게 나옵니다.
I just think we've seen all the ADCs of 2026, and Sivir should still be the safest red side scaling ADC that is always strong, but to TSW, I don't know.
League
That's
of Legends is coming to the very first Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride.
the safest on red side.
Will South Korea turn every game into a macro masterclass?
Could they not
Will
MF?
EU and NA actually play in the correct lanes? The final event of the year is not to be missed.
Yeah,
Esports
HLE
Nations
won
Cup
game 1, but it's a best of 3.
See you in Riyadh.
Yep, everything is best of 5 at this. Actually, low key. It's gonna have to be a think they'll come back and they will they'll have a better plan. Remember, this is both of the teams' first MSI games of the year. Ah, Shibai. I forgot to put in the request for, I wonder if I can still get it in for interviews tomorrow. I freaking forgot. Let me see. I'm still gonna try. Tomorrow is Lion Gaming. Tomorrow is Lion Gaming versus Furia. And then what's the second game? Tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MSI 2026. It's day one of main stage competition here after a one-day break with the conclusion of the play-ins. This first series pits the first seed from Korea, Hanwha Life Esports, against the first seed of the LCP in Team Secret Wales. And Dagda, let me tell you, game number one, for anybody who might just be joining us now, was not even remotely close.
I'm going to put it out there.
You ain't had to do it like that,
bro.
right?
Jet lagged.
No.
I think they managed to get past that.
T1 versus Billy Gaming.
Because they came out the door swinging.
Okay.
It was absolutely insane. Literally from the get-go. Like, we didn't even make it to 4 minutes before there was kills in the middle.
Yeah, the Korea to Korea jet lag is just not what it used to be.
No. You would think. Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, Team Secret Wales know that they have to change something in the game plan here for this one. Because last game, I feel like the game was over at level 2. Delight making the roam to mid lane super early, getting Zeka just so far ahead of D-Ray. D-Ray never got back into the game, right? That rise was irrelevant from level 2. So they've got to find a way to try to deal with this a little bit better. And let's go ahead and hop into our second champ select here. Secret Wales have elected to take second pick for their choice. So HLE has opted to choose the blue side.
It's out here trolling.
Try and get counter pick for
out here trolling all in all.
That's kind of been their bread and butter. Like, he's been known for bringing out things like the Volley Bear and the Olafs and all these kind of weird, wacky, and wonderful picks up there. So I'm hoping we do get to see a little bit of that, because that was what was their bread and butter domestically.
Tomorrow
but the problem is I'm not seeing the Camille
is
ban, which I don't know if Team Secret Wales are going to go for. Because after the impact that Delight had in the early game, I don't know if I want to get that one across to them.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary proposition. Our bans here in the first half do end up being
I'll put
Varus,
in
Poppy,
for
Nautilus,
Owner
banned up by
and
HLE.
Doran.
Over on the other side, Team Secret Wales getting rid of Rumble, Gnar, and Orianna. And hey, you called it, man. The Camille locked in for HLE and Delight.
Yeah, very, very strong. And you can still go towards like the mages in the bottom lane. We haven't seen Gumayushi bring out the Mel, but already having used the Ziggs, I'm actually still going to be more than happy to go towards that Mel and bring out some of these picks. But either way, Team Secret Wales is going to have to find some way to shut down this early aggression from HLE. Jarvan, a decent start. Very strong when he hits that level 3.
Yep, we've got the Jarvan in there. Remember that Histo played the Lee Sin in the previous game, was not able to find the early action that he would like to, but all right, alongside the Jarvan, we get Elise locked in.
I mean, fire with fire here. I'm excited because, like, Elise Caitlyn, definitely something you can try and answer for, with the Caitlyn being able to avoid some of the long-range
Honestly, I'm
engages
down
from
to
the
interview
Camille.
Furia.
Also set up for that kind of combo
I think
with
I'm
the
down
Camille
to
for
interview
overextend.
Furia.
We'll have to see is Kanavi go back towards the Kiana. He is insanely good on this pick.
He is very good on it. You can see right there, 0-3 in the play-in.
If
so
Lion Gaming doesn't win tomorrow on July 4th, like, what's the
they would
point?
have liked. But now, there's the Mel that you were talking about. Gumayushi showing us his Ziggs in game number 1.
Literally,
Had a great
what's the
performance
point?
on that one. Now ready
Like,
to lock
literally,
in the
don't
Mel
even show
next
up
to
if
the
you're not
Camille
gonna win.
here in game number 2.
Yeah, the Kiana isn't something we've seen from Kanavi in the LCK, or at least this year in the LCK, but was very well known for it in the LPL. Very, very strong on the pick and was able to get a ton of control and fits into what was his like playmaking style. It was kind of this and the Bel'Veth were kind of his two picks that he'd have in the back pocket he would bring out. But there on the upside, Team Secret Wales not going towards the Caitlyn as we expected, instead going towards the Elise. Still like that follow up on the Cocoon, the ability to play from long range against Kiana, Camille, and Mel. probably a good call to stay away from them.
Yeah, but I'm curious if he'll be able to do it.
I wonder
because
who
Jin
the fans
doesn't
would want
have
to see. Do
that
y'all
range
have?
you were talking about with the Caitlyn,
Oops,
right?
y'all
He does
can't
have
even
the normal
see the
range of an
game.
AD
I'm sorry,
carry.
y'all.
Yes, your deadly flourish.
Do
your
y'all
curve
have
calls
a
go long way.
preference
But critically,
on?
he also doesn't have Caitlyn's net. The only thing he can do is run. And when
My bad, y'all.
Tiana and Camille are going after you, Eddie's going to have very, very
If
careful
Cape
positioning or a lot
Verde
of
wins
protection to
tomorrow
stay
against
safe in these dives.
Argentina, I'm gifting 1,000 subs. I'm screenshotting
Eddie has
this.
played these 2 games, 2 wins, 15 KDA.
My bad,
on
y'all,
the
for the
champion,
screen
so
going
definitely something
black.
in his
That's my
wheelhouse,
fault.
but instead, opposite towards his Jin. Now we're getting the
It's
top
my
lane bans
fault.
going over towards Zeus. The Cassandra, I'm surprised at, because I expected Zeus more to go towards like these the carry top laners from this position. Like, so already kind of opting more towards the tanks is a surprise to me.
All right, Cassante, Renekton, Kennen, all banned away. It is the top lane hunting grounds here in the second half of the draft, as Jax will be the final ban here for HLE.
It says to me that HLE are leaning towards an invested pick with the Renekton and the Jax gone, even the Cassante. It's definitely something you could try and go towards.
Does anybody like
I've only seen
Furia
it once
here?
from Zeus over the course of the LCK, but I mean, we've seen what Doran has been able to do on it over the course of this tournament thus far and domestically. We'll have to see.
Any
I
Furia
imagine
stands?
this is just going to be your mid lane pick here again. Like Team Secret Wells, the way they draft is oftentimes leaving that kind of pick for a pull.
All right, Aurora locked in for Secret Wales. Remember, this is a champion that can flex between mid or top, so still making it kind of harder for HLE to make their 2 choices here, make it easier to try to get that counter pick like you were talking about in one of the solo lanes. So let's see, HLE, where are we going to go with these picks? The Akali, I mentioned it earlier in game number 1. You remember this is one of those iconic Zeka champions back with his Worlds 2022 win with DRX, but instead they're going to go ahead and lock the Ambessa for Zeus.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were
Furia's a
expecting.
player,
with the,
right?
the drafting, going the way it was,
No, it's
back
a
in the
whole
Renekton Jax.
team.
The RE to try and set up
It's
for
a
the
whole
Kiana as well.
team,
So a loss of mobility on the members of HLE right now. Like, it is going to be very difficult for Team Secret Wales if this game starts to fall apart to try and keep things in check. But Pun, I was about to say his volley bear will be very good in this position, and he is going to go towards us.
All right, Pun slams down the top lane volley bear against Zeus's Ambessa, but I'm right there with you. The mobility on HLE here in this game, the only champion on this team that is not hyper mobile is the Mel, who can also snare you at point blank range and then use the reflector as soon as you try to make a move on Gumayushi. So very, very difficult, I think, for Team Secret Wales to find those angles. They're going to have to be coordinated. They're going to have to be ferocious. We know them as a team that domestically can play that way, particularly through his toe, like we were talking earlier. But in game number 1, it was Delight and it was Kanavi making moves early that Team Secret Wales couldn't answer.
And I think Team Secret Wales became aware of how active Delight was being in the early stages, and Bay did a decent job afterwards of actually getting involved in some of those early skirmishes, right? Like getting the kill onto Kanavi, trying to play for some of those picks in the top lane. So I think if Bay can try and get out early to match some of these roams from Delight, maybe Team Secret Wales can try and control or slow down the pace of the early game for HLE.
The thing that I worry about, though, is if both of our supports are roaming, that leaves Mel versus Jin down the bottom lane. And I feel like Gumayushi on the Mel, Radiant Volley is going to trade pretty heavily into a Jin who only can attack fast enough to shoot her with 1 bullet.
Yeah, also kind of short range on the attack as well, which is like, obviously you got the Deadly Flourish and the ult.
That is true. Jin doesn't really have
but his auto attack range
the attack
does not match
speed.
Mel. So I think that's really where it is going to be a little
While
bit of a
Mel can
difficulty
fire
in,
out abilities
reflected
left and
forward
right.
shots. Not,
Yeah,
less than ideal.
that's
Less
not
than
going to
ideal.
feel very
Yeah.
good. And it's, you can tell from his big dramatic animation that he's going to do it. It's pretty easy to time the rebuttal. If I can do it, I'm pretty sure Gumayushi can do it.
Yeah, he's pretty good at the video game.
Yeah, he's pretty skilled at this game. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Team Secret Wales really want to bounce back after a tough game 1 against HLE, but you know, that's so far easier said than done against a team of this caliber.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what his toe wants to do in the early game. Because usually what we see from junglers, and we've seen it from Kanavi in the past when they're playing Kiana, you free camp, reset, and it looks like he's actually going to do this as well. Pick up Longsword and then go and clear your topside jungle. So there is a window here where his toe, if he knows that this is going to be the case, could end up going for some sort of play towards that top side of the map and try and set up already early for Pun to try and win out here against AS, like blow a summoner spell, try and play off the volley bear early. But it doesn't look like
What
that's
is
going
this
to be the
camera
case.
angle?
Instead, it looks like he's just going to try and clear down towards this bottom side of the map as we get some T-Tours for Mel.
Yep, we got Mel showing up in that next Riftbound set, Vendetta, that arrives on July 31st with new champs, iconic rivalries, and beautiful art from all over Runeterra. So whether you want to collect or play, go ahead and check it out. Plenty of new champs, including the popular ones that we're seeing in the metagame right now. So checking in on mid lane. Remember, this was where the disaster started in game number 1. Nice buffer there through the cocoon. Delight making sure that the hook shot gets him away from imminent danger, but still gets tagged with a deadly flourish. Delight does land the Hex Tech sweep. Just a little bit of even trading down here in the bottom lane. I like the fact that BA and Eddie are playing aggressively early on like this. And you can see here on the left side of the map, it's the experience gap. This is for the next series, but there is one that we also have for HLE. That is just this is a team
back-to-back mages, just no ADCs whatsoever.
For all these players, and it's something that for Team Secret Whales, you've got to really step up to try to meet that, because international stages are a totally different monster from domestic competition. And going up against somebody who's really experienced with that, someone who's comfortable with that when you're brand new, that is a mental challenge in its own.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of that focus is going to be here for Team Secret Wales, is just trying to see if you can try and beat someone, because you've got like Kumayushi, this is his 5th MSI in a row, hasn't been able to put that trophy in, the MSI trophy specifically in his trophy case. Same you look across the Zayas. Kanavi coming over from the LPL now, joining the LCK, has kind of been the, hey, I really want to try and find success on HLE and like bring some of the learnings from the LPL to the LCK, and that's kind of what we've seen, is this team now adjusting to Kanavi and his aggressive play pattern. And it's been a massive success for them. And I think this is where, as you can see, the international appearances now on your screen.
There we go.
That it really is kind of the focal point of just how much experience there is on this team.
Well, we've already crossed the 3-minute mark.
International titles. Look
on
at them.
Team Secret Wales. So a cleaner early game from them. They're not getting caught off guard by any early roams from Delight, especially on a champion like Camille. You said at the start of the draft before we even saw it locked, this is a type of champion that can really enable that sort of play style.
And I think they've been doing a decent job, because with the range now on the Elise, you can continue to push, but Kanavi spotted on this bottom side. So Team Secret Wales is going to have to disappear quickly.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a slow move there from BA. Solar Snare flies out. BA trying to get away from this one. Kanavi finds a lot of damage, but BA staying alive and even has the confidence to hold his flash.
Yeah, Kanavi not actually taking the water rune there, so you could actually get the lock up as
Pun! He goes in for the solo kill against Zayas, gets him low, down to 100 HP. Zayas,
honestly,
though,
I
again,
feel like
cool
Volibear is kind of
does
slept
not
on.
spend the flash, does not blow a summoner spell, but this is the power of the Volibear in the 1v1.
And the power of Pun, right? Like, this was a guy that they wanted to give so many of these counter picks to. Because in the past he was much more about those tanks playing in the top side, but he has really found his niche domestically in the LCP by having these crazy counter picks, by being able to bully you in lane, and then moving that pressure around the map. But now, Zaya slow, Histo here.
Okay, no level 6 for the Volibear here just yet, as Delight has made his way up with a hook shot flash, and it's first blood over to Delight. It does end up getting traded 1-for-1 here. Histo trying to get away from Delight now.
Is he gonna get out?
Zeka and BA both making their way up. Histo still looking for a way out. There's no flash here.
Nice. Oh, the flash from Zeka. He knew he had that.
Teleport coming in now from Team Secret Wales, but Kanavi's also rejoined the fight, finds another kill into BA, and now the teleport is simply a funeral for Pun. He DPs right back into the top side and immediately has to run back.
Just about able to get away from the lockdown from Kanavi, but there's more going.
It's not done yet. Delight jumps in. Pun goes down. And now D-Ray
this is not good, guys. I mean, it's good if you're an HLE fan, but like, just for the sake of League of Legends gameplay, bro, this is sad. Like, that's tilting.
And the extended bloodbath in the top side of the map is a 5-for-2.
What the hell just happened? This game just blew up out of nowhere, and it's HLE with the numbers advantage that are able to make the play stick in the top lane. 5-2, a near 2,000 gold lead, and a ton of that going to Delight in the bottom lane.
The fight was so long that Pun died twice. Let's watch it
That's
again.
so sad, dude. That's genuinely so sad.
Play, and it works so well. Pun obviously just burned the flash, had no way to escape, so tries to set up here. Zay is flashing away, thinking he can get away from his toe, but ends up going down. Bay is level 3. He tries his best to keep Zeka out of this engagement, but the charm missing from Zeka honestly kind of end up baiting Team Secret Wales into a little bit more here. Bay tries to keep himself here to see if he can keep his toe alive. He ends up sticking around thinking the TP will help, not expecting Kanavi to be topside here. And at this stage, you're like, call it off. Like, call it a day, Team Secret Wells. But with Dire moved the top
Yeah, play the next series.
Zeka does not have the Spirit Rush, and that's a good punish
This
from
does
Team
look
Secret
like my
Wells.
solo queue games,
Flash,
though.
no
I
Spirit
agree.
Rush used in the last one. The Team Secret
I
Wells
will
at least
agree
get
with that.
something back in that mid lane.
But yeah, I'm not surprised. Sometimes we have to jump out of a replay, and I'm surprised the action starts that soon. That replay was like 2 minutes long because of how long the fight was. So I'm not surprised that we had more action before it concluded. But yeah, that top lane battle was just so bloody. But again, going 5 for 2, favoring HLE, considering how long of a fight that was, really good result for them.
Yeah, at least for Pun, Zeus wasn't really involved, right? He ended up missing out on the public execution towards the end of that fight as well, and Zeus...
Oh yeah, Pun putting on the pressure here with the ulti to turn the turret off. Takes a bite out of Zeus. Pun with no flash anymore, but he could still try to catch up to him here with the Q. Zeus getting away with the mobility on that Mbessa, staying alive at about 100 HP. Pun is winning all of the trades, but in doing so, he's putting himself in a dangerous position. And now, once again, it's Delight setting it up for the public execution. It don't matter about the 1v1. It's a 5v5 game, and Delight loves making these roams.
Delight is 3-1-3. This Camille is probably going to get the first item in the game. It is absolutely insane. As Kanavi now in the bot lane trying to help cover for Gumayushi because Delight is now killing mid.
Yep, Delight's looking for another one. D-Ray gets away across the veil, at least for now. But yeah, I feel like you're kind of a prophet a bit here, talking about Delight picking the Camille at the very start of the draft. He locks it in. He's got 100% kill participation. He's roaming all over the map. Again, they can trust Gumayushi to just sit bottom, take care of himself, clear waves, survive, play that weak side. Meanwhile, top has just turned into rivers of blood here as everyone constantly plays around this Volibear and Mbessa matchup.
And it's like this HLE and BLG.
Wrap it up.
Most excited to see
Stack it up.
Because I think like they play this incredibly well, like getting your support out of the map, interacting in the rest of the game, and just blowing the game open in your favor. Like you can see, Delight's just ignoring bot. He's like, I'm going to play mid. I'm possibly going to go top here again because he's going to cover for the grub take from Kanavi. But also like Pun has just about to get his flash back up. So there is that small timing window you were talking about last game to try and punish the Volibear once more.
All right, Pun backing away now as you do have both Kanavi and Delight up in the area. Kanavi clearing out the grubs right now, has already secured the first one. Delight's just here to make sure that no shenanigans happen while the jungler is occupied, while his top laner is pushing out. There's your hook shot. Does not find the stun, but it won't matter. He's already got the Hextech ultimatum. Pun getting away for now. The Ignite is on him, but he survives with about 200 HP. Delight's still looking for a little bit more. BA shows up.
I don't think both
He's
teams are
trying to
having
cover
fun
here
right
for
now,
his
though.
top laner. BA is also low. Zeus flashing away, still burning down from the Ignite. Both top laners barely hanging on.
Still, might just look for a little bit
I
more
do not
afterwards,
think
but
both
with his toe
teams are
up in the
having
area, Kanavi going to back away as he spot on the ward. Because the Light definitely has enough damage once he gets his combo back up to finish off one of these low health bars. But BA playing that perfectly, just about getting that repel off before the ultimate from Kanavi connected was crucial to surviving there.
And I feel like we're kind of seeing deja vu. Yeah, it wasn't as active very, very early, but after the top lane happened, we've still got a violent early game. We've still got, D-Ray making a play down here on the bottom side, looking for Gumayushi, who does get away for now. Curtain call is opened up though. Gumayushi stepping to the side as the teleport's about to arrive. Guma putting the damage into D-Ray, but public execution
they're
misses.
just
Will
farming
not
them, guys.
matter. Again, HLE come out
They're
on
just
top. This is the
farming
trust
them.
in Gumayushi that I was talking about. He evades the pressure, he absorbs the threat, the rest of the team comes and gets the punish.
It's just not fair, Flowers.
No.
Like, 99% of players die in that position, but Gumayushi managed to step away from
that's
so
just
many of
Gumayushi
the
being
deadly
Gumayushi,
flourishes,
though.
the extra damage that was coming through, and buying enough time for the support to follow up. HLE are just covering every base.
This is scary, scary stuff. Pun's at least going to grab a couple of plates up here of this top lane turret, but now Gumayushi has rotated up here, and it's so difficult for Volibear to do anything to Mel. You just send the solar snare at him and walk away. Yeah, he's going to get the cooldown back on his Q afterwards, but you're already all the way completely distant from him.
Yeah.
What's it going to matter? So 3,000 gold lead for HLE, 11 minutes into the game, this is feeling very, very similar to game.
Yeah, and now they're starting to take over this top side. Going to see if they can find
Redo the
Secret Wells
pools.
in their own jungle.
I don't
push
think that redoing
Delight
the
jumps
pools
in,
would
but a nice
even
evade from BA there. Now the
change
counterattack from Team
what
Secret
we're
Wales. The punish on the
if I'm quite
Kanavi.
honest with you.
Finally, the aggression
I
from
think
Delight
it's
and
more
Kanavi
that
is
just
met with an
Korea
appropriate response
is
from Team Secret
ahead
Wales.
in
They'll grab their
terms
4th kill.
of
Yeah,
skill.
bit too much there from HLE. Like, you
You know
know
what
that
I'm
the bot
saying?
lane is going to be
Like, they're
resetting
just
to match
so
Gumayusi
ahead.
in this top side. I'm just not expecting there to be multiple people in the position in the jungle. So Team Secret Wells do a good job of capitalizing. And it does buy them a little bit of space and time here to just get some vision down, try and get these waves back in favor. Because I imagine in 38 seconds, you're going to get that dragon take attempt from HLE.
And remember that last game, Team Secret Wales didn't get on the board for a much longer duration. Ooh, nice solar snare there, locking up Pun.
That's
that
the
interrupts
TP.
his teleport. Yeah, that's a huge summoner spell loss. Gumayusi making that one happen again. Now we've got to once more look across the map though. Zeus versus his toe. Since Pun couldn't get up here and regroup in time, since he couldn't use
it
his
the
teleport,
Faker Ari?
that means his toe has to be the one
They're
defending
not allowed to
against the Ambessa,
play
and now BA has
the
already used the repel.
Immortalized
Now it's Delight and Kanavi. They want their
international
revenge. If they couldn't find it in the
no.
top side jungle, they're going to find it in the bottom side jungle.
From what I've heard.
And now Pun, oh no, now he's under pressure here too. Delight just making sure that he can't walk away. The recall continuing to be channeled. Kanavi going to step forward, cancel that one out. Meanwhile, top side, Zeus going up against D-Ray here, who gets away for now. Bottom side of the map, Pun also going to get dove
They're
to the
not-
3v1. He dies immediately. D-Ray
they're
getting
not
away
letting
alongside
them
his toe up
breathe,
here underneath
bro.
the tier 1 turret. The weirding tags Zeka, but he still gets away over the wall. No kills in the top side, but mission accomplished down in the bottom lane, and that's going to be the first turret to go along with it.
Yeah, Team Secret Wales are able to keep themselves alive on the top side. At least the silver lining was there was a shutdown for Pun, but losing the wave, losing that tower is going to be horrible for Team Secret Wales. And again, we're just seeing they're trying to keep pace, but there's so many angles of attack from HLE, you just can't cover all sides.
And now Kanavi grabs that dragon exactly like you were talking about. 4,000 gold lead and change. 2 dragons to nothing, 3 grubs to nothing. 13.5 minutes into the game. HLE is just on a whole nother level than Team Secret Wales.
Even trying to look at like the gold leads between the individual players, there's just not really much wiggle room. Like, you've had Team Secret Wales dropping waves to try and make plays or to try and cover plays from HLE, but either HLE
Why
are
Zeka
succeeding in the
low-key
play and
missed
getting the lead
everything on
anyway,
that top
or
dive?
they end up just backing away and you've lost regardless because you've dropped waves to try and match them. So I think in this position, it kind of does now continuously fall back towards being his
Yes,
toe,
W
to
need
try
to
and
sub in
find
TT next game.
moments
I'm
where you
TT.
can catch out players like Gumayusi when
I'm
he doesn't have
TT.
flash, or try and find these plays elsewhere. But your
Why did
timing
she say
windows are
that?
just disappearing
Like,
more and more.
And you talk about
To this day,
trying
I'm
to
confused.
find plays onto Gumayusi
Like,
when
girl,
he doesn't have flash.
and?
But they've already tried to make plays on Gumayusi. Here's his stats. LCK rounds 1 and 2 plus road to MSI. KDA at 4.4, not the highest on that one. His stats among MSI bottom laners, they might not look the most impressive on paper, but again, we saw this guy's experience internationally. We know his accomplishments in the past. He's got the intangibles, he's got the clutch factor to go along with stats that can be very impressive.
Yeah, I think the thing
Proto
that's always
Belt on
impressed me
Mel
with
is something I
Gumayusi
have
is how
not
he
seen.
does so much with so little. Like, he still
But
always has that massive
it's
impact in the
Gumayusi
game,
playing.
despite the fact that
So,
he will be left
I
completely
think
on
we
his own.
have to
But in this
trust.
case, he's kind of been left on his own and succeeding
I don't want to
regardless.
see
Like, he's the
Cincy. I
highest
haven't watched the
individual
most
goal lead,
recent
apart from
episodes, so don't
support.
spoil
Apart from his own
Okay.
support, yeah.
But,
That's,
yeah.
it's a strange problem to have, but it's
Sincere
a
need to go
welcome one.
home.
Meanwhile, bottom side, Zeus versus Pun. That 1v1 with a volley bear can be deceptively difficult with all the healing that he can get from the W, with the shielding that he gets from his E. Pun is just capable of doing so much. Meanwhile, a teleport coming in to try to reinforce him here. D-Ray wants to maybe make a move onto Zeus, see if they can find the Ambessa. Public execution looking to buffer through it. Zeus turns back around. Pun staying alive with a frenzy, but it's Delight, and he's ready to
And
fight.
Zeka lives,
Delight once
or
again
Zeus
turning it
lives.
around here in the top laner battle.
Oh my god.
Just when Pun thinks he has the chance. No.
I just wanted to double check. That is Ignite Delight's running
Green
on
is a bit
teleport.
blurry.
Because this man is all over the map. It's absolutely insane. He's there in the nick of time, exactly when HLE need him. And now, immediately, HLE going to take this mid lane tower.
Delight's map movements have been impressive. Now a teleport coming back down into the bottom lane as Zeus rejoins his support. He's ready to repay the favor. BA getting away with repel for now as Histo and D-Ray both have to run. Delight looking for a little bit more. Jumps right back in here with a hook shot. Zeus just ready to clean these guys up, but he needs a little bit more damage. Delight is down to 100 HP and Histo shuts him down. Now Pun is rejoined. You've got the Supreme display of talent, but it doesn't do much damage. Histo finally popped by Kanavi, who has to try to get back away now. Zeus jumping in after BA yet again, but the repel keeps him alive. Kanavi falls to Pun. Gumayushi's made his way into the fight. Point blank solar snare finds another kill. BA still running, somehow staying alive here on the Elise. Pun tries to take Zeus with him, and he finds the shutdown. Pun staying alive from the volley bear as the curtain call shots come in from downtown. Team Secret Wales finding themselves a couple of kills here in the trade. The problem, Dagda, the other side of the map has some issues. Gumayushi finally falls. Pun picks up the kill on that one.
Keep going.
Guma was trying to keep
Oh
him
my
there
gosh.
because
Zeka, stop.
is
The
teleporting
play
to
is
the fight.
over.
Now Zeka
Whoa, he
finding
does
a little bit of damage,
stupid
but does
damage.
get locked up. Spirit Rush trying to get enough damage here with Orbit Deception. And yet again, out of left field, it's Delight. But Zeka is locked up and Pun goes on a rampage. Delight needs a little bit more damage.
Why is
but
he not
Pun
dead?
heals up. He needs another heal with a frenzy and he finds it. Pun's in raid boss mode. He stuns Delight.
Oh
with a hook
my
shot,
gosh,
but
he's
now
half
Kanavi's
HP.
back in the fight. Pun finally has to walk away. Good God, man. Every fight lasts 2.5 minutes.
What the hell just
No,
happened
what
in the Pun
the heck?
side? HLE on a
Genuinely.
conveyor belt to just sending more and more people in to the bear. Who
That
there's a
healing was
1.1k gold lead. Pun got so much off the back of that.
That
was bonkers.
Yeah, okay,
He
that
doesn't
replay's
even have
also probably not going to
spirit
go in
wizards
uninterrupted. I'm just saying that was
So when are we nerfing volley
that
bears?
was a lot of League of Legends all at once.
At what
There
point
was
do
a
we
lot
nerf
of things
volley bear?
happening. There was, the tier 2 went down in top lane, I guess, for Zeka.
Yeah,
That was
something. Yep.
But HLE, they opted
wow.
in towards repeated player deficit fight after fight.
Never, bestie?
It was
they're limit
definitely
testing.
some fun. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of fun gaming here.
That too
We got
bright.
fun gaming versus pun gaming because it's all about this volley bear. Everybody just has to. Everyone else on Team Secret Wales are the ads. Pun is the raid boss.
Yeah.
The ads have to support the boss if they want to try to defeat the absolute monster that is HLE right now. Delight jumping in after D-Ray, immediately applies Hextech Ultimatum, trying to get the kill, but BA shows up and the counterattack is there. Team Secret Wales get the kill on Delight. That is big to start this one off. Curtain call opens up. Kanavi gonna get slowed down. Fourth shot. Comes through, finds Kanavi, and Pun gets another one. Team Secret Wales have already found 2 kills, and Pun's not
low-key,
done.
I really hope they
Gumayushi
win
gonna
this
be the next
game.
target.
I
Pun
really
running
do.
after him, but a nice use
I
of charm
really
in the
do.
slow. Pun still continuing forward, finds the stun of Naguma. The damage back isn't gonna be enough as Team Secret Wales get a 3 for nothing. HLE is playing fast and loose, and Team Secret Wales are finding the angles for the counterattack.
Secret Wales are happy to punish on this one. Delight goes way too deep.
Good. I'm glad-
And
I'm glad they're
immediately,
punishing them.
Team Secret Wales come alive.
I hope
They're
they
going to get the
continue
dragon. They
so.
got some kills. HLE trying to find something back by taking this mid lane tower, but Eddie needs to be careful re-entering here. Delight was on the
Okay,
horse.
HLE is throwing. They
This
might be feeling a
some
little bit
very
too
happy gaming
confident.
from HLE. Let's take another look here.
Yeah.
As Delight just says, all right, I see somebody, I'm jumping him.
Yeah, but forgot to see where the rest of his team was because he was so deep on this one. But you've only got Kanavi's able to come through. The repel again, perfect from BA. D-Ray of the sidestep. And at this stage, Pun has already been keeping many members of HLE engaged on the top end. And he just jumped in on top of them. He's already got so many tanky stats. He's happy to terror dive. And it's yeah, you can see there, Team Secret Wales. Happy to get a little bit more off of that.
And there's your damage from the last fight. It's Pun topping the charts at 3,700.
Day 4 didn't even auto, low
The
key.
bear is there, man.
There's a reason a lot about. Oh, hang on.
We're not done yet. Kanavi and Delight going in this time, and his toe is dead before anybody arrives. Teleports from both teams are here. Eddie's going to be the target of Zeus. Pun creating a little bit of space, preventing the rest of HLE from joining in. The Volley Bear has about 4,000 HP at this point. It's very difficult to get through him.
Zeus nearly connecting with the public execution now. Ends up locked down.
Yeah, Zeus having a bit of a problem here. Pun does get caught by Solar Snare. Down to half HP on the Volley Bears. HLE continues pushing into the enemy jungle, trying to rip more and more control of the Rift away.
Still, as you say, HLE just holding on towards that topside vision, not giving it towards Team Secret Wales. Can they find a pick, Dira? This is a little risky.
Yeah. Oh, tried to jump over the wall there. Did not quite find his way over, but luckily that does not cost him anything. Kanavi, oh no, maybe it will cost him something now. He does not have
might be a little bit
ready to
unkillable
go.
now.
He just pops, he's gone. D-Ray's dead. BA's about to join him. That's a 2-for-0 here so far. Kanavi down to 200 HP. Histo wants to get something back as the curtain call opens up. The shots firing through. Pun jumps in.
Here's
goes
Pun.
godlike, finding the kill on Kanavi. Now Delight's going to be the next target, but he hook shots over the wall.
Okay,
Zayas
he's
coming in.
killable.
The shutdown
Heroes
on
can
Pun
bleed
is going to
too.
be big as he tries to escape. Has a little bit more distance, using the ulti to get out. Frenzy with a massive heal.
I'm
Zayas
sorry.
overextended.
I'm sorry.
Histo and Pun grab the kill.
I'm sorry.
This bear is the key to victory for Team Secret Wales.
I'm
Histo
sorry.
goes after Delight. Deadly
What do you
flourish
mean
looking
he's
for
full
Yoshi,
HP with
but
half
Delight
HP
kills
shield?
Histo. The jungler can't fight the support because Delight is so far
What?
ahead. Pun still chasing after Guma,
No,
but can't
please
quite
nerf
find
this man.
Pun still gets charmed as he tries desperately to carry this
What was
game.
that, 21
it
minutes?
It is Pun v4, and he's almost making
I
it
gotta go
work.
back and watch
but
that.
unfortunately, just not enough in the tank.
That's
as HLE
crazy.
every step away, because Dire gets destroyed here, blowing up immediately. The follow-up on towards B, and I thought this was it. I thought they were done. But Histo goes on towards Kanavi with a flash away, not able to make it work. Kanavi tries to go back to safety, but Pun immediately there to follow up. And the healing from this bear with the unending despair and the maul is absurd as he heals his way up in this one. The ultimate there. There's just a chomp, and HLE have to run, but yeah, you can see as they try to jump on towards Pun, he is more than happy as soon as they close the gap to keep it going.
He's so strong on this volley bear. And I mean, it's HLE's problem that they made for themselves by giving him this opportunity, having these long, scrappy fights that volley bear loves. Spirit Visage alongside that unending despair with that Fimble winner like you were talking about, it shields and heals forever.
But this is why so many of the analysts were talking about Pun in this volley bear. Like, this has been such a strong pick for him domestically. He has only brought it out once, but he is a beast on this pick.
Now look at my microphone for MSI when I go out and interview.
They will not allow that to happen.
I got a
Pun's
Summoner
gonna need a lot of
Sofa
damage to the very start of the
microphone.
fight, but he turns it right back around. Pun's legendary, and Zayas is caught. The curtain call is opened up, but Zeka's here with the back line. The light right beside him, and Eddie is going to get picked off. You got to protect your Jhin. The rest of the team gets blinded chasing, and Eddie gets caught unaware. Now D-Ray has to try to escape. Going across the veil, turns it around between worlds.
Why is it low-key back and forth,
Weirding's not
though?
going to find the target. Delight looking for the hook shot, but his toe gets away with the combo.
HLE managing to get Eddie, get the kill back. Because Team Secret Wales actually nice turnaround on towards Zayas, but we're still seeing the same problem,
Like,
right?
it's low-key going
they try
back
to
and
set up
forth.
for a pick, try to set up for a play, but HLE, they're playing at the map better. They push in top, open up for Zeka to find that flank, and it's just this constant rotation on the map that's catching them out. They try to get Pun. This bear is way too tanky.
Yeah.
And Azayas is caught in response. He does not have that same luxury, but you can already see, like, this is the collapse from Zeka who pushed out top wave, now moving in, and it's Team Secret Wales
Thanks, Volley Bear top. I
to make
approve.
these pick plays happen,
Kinda
but they're
going
losing control of the
crazy
side
right
lanes,
now.
and it's HLE who are then finding these collapse angles afterwards.
HLE are going to grab their third Drake of the game, however, that puts them on Soul Point with an Infernal Soul Rift. That is very scary. Maybe that's the difference between being able to kill Pun or not. But that Volley Bear Tunneler in inventory, that means the next item is going to be something of the Bruiser Persuasion.
Probably Sundered Sky at this
Yeah,
stage,
more carry potential there for the top laner. As Team Secret Wales will again
Worst thing though is
begin the
Korea
Baron.
loves to give you
HLE,
hope like
they know
this and
is
then
happening.
decide to
They're
lock
ready to
in and win in one fight.
Pun
You're
trying to
not
clear out
wrong.
some of the vision.
You're not
Keep
wrong.
your eyes on Delight. This Camille has been starting so many of the fights.
It's
Kanavi
almost
on the
as if we
backside
witnessed
of the
that
pit
firsthand.
as his toe goes over there into the tri-brush. They do not want to overcommit to the Baron. Pun hit with a solar snare yet again, followed up by the charm. Pun at half HP. Supreme display of talent only tags his toe. Not a lot of value there out of Kanavi's ultimate. And both sides seem to just choose to disengage.
Looks like HLE want to try and interrupt these resets though, because Zeka pushing in mid could potentially take that inhibitor turret. So they're forcing the long way back for Team Secret Wales, which gives them time here on the mid lane.
All right, that wave is pushing. HLE just seeing the opportunity, but they don't want to overcommit to anything. Reset coming in from Eddie and his toe now, as the rest of the Whales have already completed theirs. Zeka just trying to steal away resources from the enemy jungle. Same thing for Zayas here as they collect a couple of camps, get themselves out of town. go back home, make those purchases. This game has become, this game doesn't feel like it's an 8,000 gold lead for HLE because they keep taking fights that favor the way that Volibear plays the game. Volibear loves long, messy fights where you can get multiple heals, multiple shields, give yourself so much effective HP, and that's what all the fights have been.
It's also a team comp that wants to dive, but also it's kind of tricky too, because you're running into the Elise who's got the Cocoon, you've got Dire's got some decent setup in the in-between worlds 3 position. In theory, Eddie's playing back, so it does make it a little tough, because by default the composition favors jumping into the Volibear, right?
All right, Team Secret Whales, if nothing else, they do have a 3-minute timer because that's when the Dragon Soul will spawn for HLE, and they will have to take that fight. You don't want to give the Infernal Soul to a team that's already 8,000 gold ahead. So for HLE, I want to see, do you try to make some crazy aggressive move, or do you just force them to answer you down to the Dragon? Kanavi, almost level 16 on the Kiana, his toe just barely level 14 on the Jarvan.
Also, if Team Secret Whales do find a good fight, there's a ton of standing gold for them as Delight.
Oh, Delight, stun with a deadly flourish. Pun follows it up with a stun of his own, but no, nothing more from Team Secret Whales. Ooh, D-Ray!
Oh no, he's caught.
Between worlds, cast it on a whole lot of nothing, and now HLE,
they can end off that.
Boss, and everybody else is in their sights.
They can end off that.
D-Ray and BA both fall right after. Right when it looked like Team Secret Whales continued to find fights and hold the line, it's Pun getting picked into the follow-up kills on the mid laner in support of Team Secret Whales, and now it's just a 5-man death ball down the mid lane.
Yeah, the blades came crashing down as Team Secret Whales are trying to juggle a potential pick onto the Light. And now the curtain call, and I think that's it.
His toe catches everybody in Cataclysm, and it does not matter at all. He will at least get the kill on Delight thanks to the turret damage. But now it's Eddie versus everybody as the first Nexus turret dies. Second one's about to fall. BA and Pun will respawn. HLE onto the Nexus itself now, though. Pun charging forward, trying to take him out before the Nexus falls.
It's a wrap,
but it ain't gonna happen. HLE, go to match point.
I think it's a 3-0, y'all.
A little funny in the mid game, but HLE still able to bring it together in the end. Better map play, better control in the fight, and that last pick just sealing the deal for Team Secret Whales.
A little bit of happy gaming, a little bit of a Volibear raid boss. Analysts, how we feeling?
I feel like if Pun's alive, they're gonna fight.
Yeah.
They have a chance. If Pun's dead, they're all dead.
I'm feeling like, man, if I'm Pun, I'm just like, where is my team?
Is it a Pun v9?
I'm so 1v9 the whole game.
Yeah.
Did you say Pun v9?
Yeah, it is a Pun v9.
My gosh.
Yeah.
He was punishing the other team.
He was.
And then it gets picked one time mid lane, the game instantly ends.
And there's no follow-up to that, by the way.
Anybody?
He literally is running up, stomps on the Camille, and then D-Ray is like 3 seconds later, all right, I'm coming in. Please, please, I'm begging. Any follow-up.
It's tough. It's tough.
Tough. It was tough. Signs of life, though, and that
Yes.
stat about them being bloody, liking to fight. I definitely saw that in action, but it was HLE again that comes out with the win. Let's break down a couple of things that they pulled out here, right? And we talked a lot about like if the meta is in their favor, they usually do well. What are we thinking here?
Well, I mean, I think it's been a really cool series to see some new champions coming out. We've had 4 champs come out for the first time so far at MSI: Skarner, Shen, Elise, and Volibear. So both teams bringing out some.
I want them to win at
But I
least
gotta say,
one, though,
when
y'all.
Delight
Like
is playing like this, he is so unlocked. So with the meta shifting away from enchanters, yes, he's good at enchanters too, I know. But Seraphine, Nami, like Karma, Emilio, he's playing all that stuff in the LCK. You can't have that level of impact, and you cannot convince me otherwise, man. Like Delight
it is
playing
so packed in
engaged
there.
champs is just such a beautiful thing to watch.
It's such a
Delight.
it was right there.
Yeah, it's
it was right
delightful.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, and thanks to the reliable Cisco network, every second count, the light is just always there. Game 1 was a story about him really working off of winning lanes. This time around, he's like, oh, that Volibear is really stomping you, and it looks like that's a dive timer that his toe is getting there. In the nick of time, comes in there and turns the play. And he does it a lot. He did it again, bot side of the map, when he recognized it was a 1v2. He's there for him.
Brother didn't even mix up the script. It was an E flash from Shen, now it's an E flash from Camille.
Secretly, he
Where's
only
the
knows one combo.
creativity?
Yeah.
Come on.
He only knows one combo, so he just has to find different champions to do it
Okay,
on.
so now he can play Gragas, another E flash champ.
Exactly,
You know,
Yeah, of course.
What else we got,
He's got to
man?
find another champion. They took the Elise away from him, so he can't do that one, the flashy on that champ.
No, but super fun to watch, I gotta say, right?
Yes.
Seeing him move around the map, getting those advantages everywhere, saving a lot of his teammates in the nick of time. They must have felt really secure.
Yeah, because like, what can Team Secret Whales do? There are oftentimes, if you're BA, you have to match it. That's why he picked the Elise. That's why he was
What's
also
up,
trying to
Cap?
find angles
This
on mid lane
Cat?
as well.
Are you excited for
Because
Caps
is going to be
to
fine.
play today?
He's going to be honestly like eating up waves, and if he's going to get dope,
Are you
then he
excited
recognizes what
for
to do in those
Caps to play
situations.
today?
And so Delight has just been a terror on the map.
Yeah, and just not bot lane. Look at the bot
That's
lane
how my hand
proximity.
shakes when I'm
He
interviewing
spends
pro players.
27% of the time. It's like a quarter of his game is bot lane. He's like, Guma, you got 3 waves, buddy.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you at 35 minutes for team fights.
I lied to you. It was the second wave. I'm gone.
I'm excited to
9K
sleep.
plus
No,
A
I
at 14
get
in
it.
Game 2, they were just
Are you all
everywhere.
caught up on
Right? Because,
Love
like, you
Island?
say, oh, well, Team Secret Whales, why don't you make sure that they have to pay attention bot? Why don't you make sure that they have to play that lane? But it
Yeah.
just doesn't seem like it's realistic
Yeah.
in this scenario. What do you think?
It's been tough. I mean, the
Did
reality
he
is to be
carry
able to actually
21
draw
stacks
him
with
bot
you to
lane, kinda
Korea?
have to
Yeah,
do
he's over there
2v2,
sitting on the
have him in a
bed.
position where he's trapped under the tower,
course.
where you're threatening a dive.
He's an
but
international
if they're
rapper.
winning the 2v2, they have the push, and they're going to take the earlier base.
Every
and
time
Delight
he
is
pops
gone,
off,
right? And then as BA,
they're praying
you
that
have
he
to match
falls
the role
hard.
because you're already behind on tempo. So it kind of
They're praying for the
requires
death
step
of
one
a
of winning 2v2.
rapper.
And you look over and it's Guma and Delay. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And what
it's gonna
sucks
be tough.
is that they
what
had
happened
that timer
still?
a little bit earlier that Histo could have maybe like sacked a camp to go top lane on the earlier wave and make that dive happen, but it was just a wave
The
too
UK
late
one
for
as well
Delight
is
to be there.
crazy.
So what's going to be frustrating is that the communication from the side of HLE is just on point. And if you have a player like Histo, or in this game, Pun, who's going mad.
They need more puns.
We need more puns.
We need 5 puns.
We need another pun in the mid lane.
What other bear champions can he bring out?
I'm all out of bear
those
champs.
are looking good.
Maybe we could use specifically the Tibbers
Can
to
we
the ante.
undo Fearless specifically for this one champion?
I'm asking them right now. Guys, anybody?
I think we're going to need a rule change.
Oh, look at his damage.
I know, he was going crazy. I mean, he played really well. He was everywhere. It was a relatively like low DPS team, high burst, low DPS.
Yeah.
So we saw when he wasn't getting burst down, they had that one fight that was over by their blue buff where he survives, and then all of a sudden he's kind of just healing through everything that they did. So I think it was a smart pick, both for the 1v1, but also compositionally worked really well.
Yeah.
And I think had his team not been so far behind on the rest of the map, it is one of those games where you're like, he could have actually carried.
Yeah, it's true. But the light was everywhere.
It was.
Popping it.
I'm a little bit worried about HLE though. And sometimes when they know that they are very ahead of their opponents or much better than their opponents, they're willing to
Worldwide
We saw that here
stacks.
already.
Yup.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, guys,
So
help
I
me
feel
choose
like
my outfit
completely
for
disrespect them. I think if there's just a few
D2.
more adjustments, or if we see Team Secret Whales play to sides a little bit more aggressively, because that one play mid where there wasn't really an objective to play for, I think that could have been it, where they can play on sides instead.
I mean, there was a lot of talk
Or
after first stand. LCK ramping up their
this
speed.
dress.
Combined kills a minute, about 1
Which
at
dress
first
should I
stand. Yeah,
wear?
we got
Blue or
1.3, we
pink?
got
Let's go.
1.4. They're pumping up the
Nice.
kills. They want to get
Blue or
chaotic,
pink?
and it has been so far.
It hasn't so far. HLE sovereign so far. They can make it a 3-0 after this.
Blue
Or
or
will
pink?
Team Secret Whales fight back?
Fight back, please!
Okay, I see 2 blues, I see 2 pinks, I see 3 pinks, I see 3 blues, 4 blues, 4 blues, 3 pinks. Actually, let me just run a poll. Let me just run a poll. That makes more sense. Let me just run a poll. Flash poll. Which dress should I wear? Blue dress. Pink dress. 2 minutes. Two minutes. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you, Yuke. Thank you, Yuke. Oh yes, we must also take in consideration microphone. Honestly, they both look good.
In esports, legendary moments demand speed, scale, and soul. Players and fans bring the heart. Technology brings it
Which
to life.
one, guys?
Every
Which
frame,
one?
Every stat, every
Oh my gosh, it being 50-50, guys, please.
League of Legends esports.
Please.
We're driving digital
There's no
innovation
way y'all
in
do
the
me like
esports
this.
ecosystem to keep expanding.
Please, guys. Seriously, please. Okay. 6 for blue. Okay. 6 to 5. 6 to 5. No way somebody votes for pink, right? I'm going to MSI and I'm going to be doing interviews, so I need help deciding which dress to wear. Pink or blue? Pink or blue? It looks like blue might win. Blue. Pink. There's no way it's 50-50. Guys, please. Please. Pink or blue? Pink or blue? Came from YouTube stream just to vote. I appreciate you. For blue. Oh, pink is winning. Oh, it's 50-50. Guys, if this ends 50-50, I'm ending stream. Okay. I was about to say. If it ended 50-50, bro, I would have been pissed. Okay, let me change real quick. Let me change. That would have tilted the frick out of me. That would have tilted the frick out of me. Oh, my bad. I was like, why is that up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MSI 2026 here in our first main stage best of 5. It's Hanwha Life Esports going up against Team Secret Whales. Game 1 was an HLE stomp. Game number 2, if you look only at the scoreboard, it's also a stomp because they're ahead 8,000 gold the entire time, but there was a little bit of happy gaming involving Pun's volley.
There definitely was, and it feels like the 3-0 curse maybe has not quite left us yet, as Team Secret Whales really need to find something in the tank to bring it out. It nearly looked like the tank volley bear was gonna be that something, as Pun had a phenomenal game on that pick, but unfortunately just couldn't quite turn it around.
Just smiling.
Yeah, Pun had a great performance. Again, I think that a lot of that was also
Look
HLE's
at
doing.
Zeus just
they
smiling.
had a very large gold advantage for a very long time. They started really just limit testing, seeing kind of what they could get away with, and then Team Secret Whales did do a good job of punishing that. Yeah. It created these
All right, guys, let me practice my interview.
Very long.
I can't remember the last game I had.
Hi,
with
thank
two
you so
different
much for
fights that
taking this
went over
interview.
90 seconds
How does it
each,
feel to
but
be
that was one of
engaged
them.
to me?
And it was just chaotic, and it allowed that volley bear to flourish, but it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, usually it's remarkable when a fight
Second
goes
question.
long enough that someone
How
gets
does
to
it feel to
rejoin
be the
fight
richest man in
again.
Korea?
That felt like the standard in that last game. So
It's
we'll have to
great.
see if we are going to get
Just
a bit
like
more
being
bedlam
engaged to you.
as we kick it over
Wow.
towards draft. in
10
just a
out of
couple
10
moments,
interview.
or whether it's
10
gonna
out of
be
10
smooth
interview.
sailing for honestly either of these
If
sides.
I
'cause
must say
I would
so
love
myself.
to see Team Secret Whales being able to get at least one punch back against HLE.
But that's going to be a lot harder than just saying, yeah, guys, let's play
No,
better this
Street,
time.
that's
HLE
actually how he
has
does
been playing
interviews.
monstrously.
Like,
The
Faker
Light in
gives some
particular has been a
dry
highlight
butt
player for
answers,
me.
bro.
Even that
That's
last
where
game,
I'm
which
like,
didn't have
I
the
want to
explosive,
interview
like, level
him,
2
but like
LP
at the
plays in
same
number
time,
one.
bro,
Once we finally
I
did
know I'm
get
not
that
ready for
first
that.
big, I'm going to call it a team
I
fight.
know I'm
even
not
though it
ready
was
to get
more
my
of
heart
just, like,
broken.
a cacophony of what is going on. Up around the top lane tier 1 turret that led to a 5-for-2.
Richest man in Korea is actually a crazier idea than being engaged to you. Yeah, I don't think he's the richest man in Korea.
Dive against Zeus. I feel like this guy
I think the richest
has
man in Korea
such
is
good
the
awareness
creator
of where
of
he needs to be on the map, where everyone else wants to be on the map. And
If I
his
remember
play
correctly.
has been great so far. So even though he got a little happy in the mid game, made a couple of choices on where to dive. Let's see how we do for now, though. Here in our third game, as we do have the Varus, the Nautilus, and the Akali banned out by HLE. Over on the
Jay
Secret Rare side,
Wiley
it's Rumble and Gnar taken out at
is
first.
the richest man in
Again,
South
just
Korea,
trying to get rid of some of those top laners
with
that can kind of be
the
picked into
estimated
anything,
net
'cause they wanna
worth
set
of
Pun up to success.
21.6
Yeah, the Orianna to follow. This is kind of in the staple ban. I think it will kind of
billion
still continue to
dollars.
stay in that ban phase. It's still a very strong pick,
He's
but
the
as I said, it does need
executive
to bar it over
chairman
towards the light,
of
so
Samsung.
Heavy Roman supports have been going well for him. He gets to continue that streak.
Yeah, and when you look back at the regular season for both of these teams, for Spring, Bard was either the most played or tied for the most played
Michael
for both
Kim
supports.
only has
so
9.9
locking that one in for
billion.
Delight is going to feel very, very good.
Four.
If he can roll well on
and he
stuff that's not Bard,
is
imagine what he can
MBK
do on the Bard,
partners.
Agda.
The separation,
and
though,
then
gonna
after
happen
that,
here, looks
like
like
it's like
Caitlyn
0.1
going to be taken away
difference.
from Gumayushi, making sure you can't get
Imagine
that combo
only
with the
having
card. But I am curious what they are going to compare
8.1
with.
billion.
Looks like it may be the Karma immediately. I
Like,
wasn't sure if be able to try and find something in more of an
if you're
engage
poor,
heavy
just say
style, but
that,
it looks
you
like they just
know?
want to try and hard push through the bot lane and see if
you're
they can,
bored,
through that,
just
keep
say
the
that.
light locked to that bot lane.
Exactly. It's lane dominance. It's pressure towards Gumayushi, who has played
I
double
don't even
mages
think
in these
I
first
can
two games. He has been left
conceptualize
alone very often.
what
He's been able to
$1
absorb pressure to clear
billion
waves. So if you have something like Caitlyn Karma
what
that just says, no,
$1
you're
billion
1v2, you are
could do for
suffering.
somebody.
Maybe that's the recipe for success. But HLE, they're going to lock in some powerful damage here. Tempered Fate into a bullet time as soon as it ends can be a very nasty combination, especially
Black
if there's additional
Cherry.
follow-up CC for once that Tempered Fate does expire.
Oh, they're celebrating
As the
their
Nocturne
anniversary.
is the jungler for Kanaf.
It's also something that we've seen from HLE quite a bit. For Gumayushi, he really does like the misfortune. Again, because you get strong laning in the early stages, but also the bullet time can be used defensively for wave clear when he ends up isolated by himself. So definitely something that HLE...
Guys, I bought a
have
hair
ton of practice
straightener,
with,
so I
and
think
now
I'm
that
going to
you're
try
getting
and
that
straighten my
Bard
hair
Nocturne
and
ability
see
to
what it
start
looks
turning
like
on the lights
with
and looking for
the
pigs. It looks like
extensions.
HLE definitely feeling
Also,
like they
the
want to opt
extensions
into
have
the same
gotten
strategy
a
we've seen in
lot
game 1 and
lighter.
game 2.
And Team Secret Wales, they're going to go ahead
Like,
and
they're
lock
starting to
themselves into
turn
Renekton
blonde.
before the second half of the bans come through. So it's
They
not
don't
a
really
full
match my hair
wait and try to
anymore.
get pun counterpick strategy here in Game 3 like we saw in Game 2.
Yeah, I'm curious what the answer is going to be, though, because I imagine you can kind of get rid of,
Like, they used to
the
be
Cassandre,
brown.
the Jax on the bans here against Zeus. So Zeus, at least we'll have an idea of what he wants to try and bring out, but yeah, actually, I suppose, yeah, Vayne, these kind of range top laners, still a menace against the Renekton.
Girly pop bot lane.
2026 has kind of been the emergence of solo queues top lane terrors.
When did the
into
T1
pro
skins
play
come out?
With
I
the
think
range top laners, stuff
at the
like
middle
Vayne.
of this
Anybody who's
month?
ever played top lane into Vayne knows that this is not an enjoyable
It's also funny because, like, we
My
started
water
to see
before
it
I go out in it.
towards the end of last year until we got those lane swaps coming through, and then teams were like, I cannot play a Vayne, she cannot survive, and she gets dull. So we end up opting in towards, like, the Sion and the tanks and these sorts of things, but now they've been let loose. It's all about the lane, baby, and Vayne is very happy with that one.
Well, the Xin Zhao is going to be the ban here. From
Did
HLE in
you
the second
already
half,
react to
saying,
the
"All right, we've got
T1
our
skins on
jungler.
stream?
You don't
I
have
have
yours.
not
This
even
is
like
spot
really
to
looked at
target."
them. I'm not gonna
Again,
lie to you.
the junglers
I've been
being so
traveling
critical
so
to
much.
both
I haven't
of
had a
these
chance.
teams in terms of getting them rolling,
Y'all
making plays, finding success.
are not
If
gonna
you can
believe
enable
where I
Kanavi
went
and
yesterday.
shut down his toe, you're going to have a good time.
I have a
Asante,
picture,
You already mentioned that as one of those potential
and
players against the
I'm
Renekton,
only
and there
going
it
to
is.
show y'all. I haven't posted anything about this.
Still options,
I haven't said
because,
anything,
like,
but I recorded a whole
there's
video.
still a lot of range
Y'all are
carries.
not gonna
like, if you
believe
even seen Zeus bring
where
out
I
things
went
like the Tristana, the Anivia, the Kennen, like he is a ton of options. So I don't think he'll
I'm
be
gonna give
short
y'all like a
on things he wants to do,
5-second
especially if you're
look.
talking about like at the end of the tempered
5
fate, you have the
second
bullet
look.
time. Why not add a a Kennen ultimate into that mix as well? Does well against the Renekton, but we'll have to see his though going to go for the Neferi. His one of his most played champions.
Crazy.
He's tied for third most played champions coming in from the regular season.
Crazy.
Definitely something he'll be looking to get aggressive on in the early stages.
So here's my problem, Dagda. I'm seeing 4 champions. I'm not seeing a mid laner, which is
Gumayushi,
traditionally like a control
MSI
mage type.
Prince.
And I'm
Okay,
seeing
Prince.
virtually no engage, right? Nefiri
Honestly,
can dive
I'd
into
be
the
down
backline,
for the
but that's not
Riven.
CC. The job is to just pop a carry. Renekton, you can stun one guy, but the engage
Thank
tools
you,
are
Devin.
limited on the
Thank
Secret
you.
Whale side, and Mundo locked in.
Yeah, I do think it'll be the Galio potentially for D-Ray in the mid lane.
Okay.
We've seen that like Galio Nefiri combo, but opting in immediately, I think Zeka reading this to the Victor. Long range makes it a little bit more difficult for the Galio to try and survive or even trade effectively in that mid lane. But the Mundo
He
coming
got
in the
some of
top
that
lane,
spawn
kind
gum.
of sick to see, to be honest. As I don't think he can go
He got
towards
some of that spawn
There's a Mundo,
gum.
and that's a lot of AD.
Yeah, a full AD comp against Dr. Mundo feels like a little bit of just falling on
All right,
your own
let's
sword
start
in the draft
packing
for
up,
no
'cause after
reason.
this
So
game,
instead they will
we
leave
head into
that
the
Yone
venue.
off to the side, and Hui will be the answer. So it's Control Mage versus Control Mage in the mid lane. But again, I have to go back to what I was just saying. Where is the engage on Team Secret Whales? This composition feels like if they're ahead and you're like at the objectives first, you have the range, you have the zone control with things like Hui, with things like the Caitlyn traps, that it's difficult for your opponents to check into you. But we're talking about a head-to-head here that HLE has
Let me see
had
how I'm gonna get to this
4,000
venue,
gold
actually,
advantages
now
at
that I
10
think
or
about
11
it.
minutes in both games so far. So building a composition that feels like it only works when it plays from ahead, I'm just going to say I'm pressing X. I am doubting from what I am seeing from Team Secret Whales here in the draft. I like HLE's draft much better.
Yeah, I think it very much depends on like using this karma to speed up the comp, to try and use that range effectively. Like the Caitlyn play can poke from very, very far away. But if you ever fall prey to the Tempered Fate from Delight, or you're behind, that composition becomes very difficult to try and play through. And I think that's basically what HLE are banking on here. You've got the Mundo that can try and run you over. You've got the Nocturne that can guarantee engage. The long-range Tempered Fate onto Hui makes it easy to catch him. So there's multiple angles for
It's
those picks
26 minutes.
And I have been informed by our producers that this is Zeus's first Mundo in
15
professional
minutes
play
are
ever.
taxi, so we
Can
will
we
be
get the comps
taxing.
to see if he was the same as
And
owner?
1
And
hour.
is asking what did
Which
these
is
ones
honestly
do?
not
Just
that
like,
bad.
What-
great.
how do I play
I'd
my
be walking
character?
30 minutes
We're
just
here
to
at
get to the
MSI, second biggest event of
store.
the year. What is my character?
Like literally, it's just a straight shot, low key.
It is funny though, because like you go back to like
I'll call a taxi
2014
after this game.
and there used to be that like
Make sure we
Mundo,
all packed
Shyvana,
up.
Renekton top lane trio that was going
The
around. They got
trifecta.
like they got broken by
Your
Trundle at one
husband.
stage and like it
Oh,
kinda
that's a
gives me
song.
that vibe,
That's a
but
song.
I don't know.
It's Beyonce saying,
I don't know if
I'm
Mundo can
on
survive as
my
easily
way
as Renekton as he did
be
back then. You know.
my husband.
Well, the one nice
Happy.
thing though for
I'm
Zeus
happy to
is whenever
see
I see somebody
my
playing,
husband.
a pure tank,
It's
something
a
like
song.
Mundo, when you're laning against an AD top laner and the enemy jungler is also AD, your itemization
Whose
just
draft
feels so
do you like
comfortable
better?
Because Hui is not a mobile champion. We're not looking at something like a Talia or a Ryze that can also very easily roam
I
up
like
towards the top
HLE's
side.
draft better.
So, okay, I'm going to build plated steel caps and some
While
armor,
yes, I love the
and that's pretty
Kate
much
Karma
it.
pick,
Like,
they're
you're
going
just
to
gonna have a great
absolutely
time. But hey,
annihilate this
a
bot
reminder,
lane.
if you are watching MSI, you
Wukong,
might as well get
or not
rewarded for
Wukong.
it. Head on over to lolesports.com, log in with your Riot ID, and watch
Mundo
live for a
gets
chance
to a
earn some
point
MSI
where
2026
he's like the Volibear,
drops.
just
Maybe
can't
even
kill.
during this game with Zeus' first Mundo.
Nocturne does fall
nice to
off,
Eddie there,
but
yeah, with the
Victor
Mundo,
scales
like,
well.
Maybe he's just getting prepped for League
And I
Classic.
feel like
you know?
Misfortune
I
does
love those
too.
old days. I do think though the
I just
build
feel
we'll
like
probably see, 'cause we see
TSW
it
is
an
a
awful
little
lot of
bit
the
too
times, it's more
squishy.
so the like, hey, we're gonna go for the early. Why can't I think of
Am
the
I
name of it?
tripping?
The bonk, the
Am I
stacks.
tripping in those?
The heart steal.
The
Early heart steal.
The
In those spots?
with the stack.
Yeah.
You remember the noise.
Like they have
Everyone
damage.
remembers the
Don't
noise.
get me
If
wrong.
you play ARAM, that's the only noise that exists in that. Yeah.
Bad.
But yeah, I think it'll be that, and then the Warmogs is basically the game plan. And once you hit those two items, you kind of just delete a lot of the carries. So if he ever closes the gap, Dira and Eddie just die.
Yeah, it's not going to be a great time. Plus, now that we're in this season 2026 with the new starter items, and you're saying, okay, I trust myself to not die early to Renekton. I'm Mundo. You just go with the Doran's Helm for the better scaling, and it's going to be even more of a problem.
I don't know if I trust Dira not to die early, though.
Sorry,
Zeka very
guys.
much
I
getting the
keep
best of him here.
blasting y'all's
But,
ears.
it has not been pretty thus far. There's the
I don't
slow.
mean to.
Okay, he escapes the gravity field stun. But yeah, D-Ray just barely holding on. And honestly, between games at international events like this, I always like to check the live discussions on social media, see what people are saying.
You're a brave man.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you see some stuff in there that you're just a little perplexed by. But what I saw here was a lot of D-Ray criticism. People watching are saying, yeah, D-Ray, he's not He's not meeting the mark. He's not standing the test up against a world-class mid laner like Zeka, and it's become a big weakness, a big problem here for Team Secret Wales as D-Ray continues to fall behind while also being targeted. Sometimes he'll just fall behind slowly. Other times, HLE is going to focus him down like in game number 1, but now we might have a fight here in the top side. River.
Okay,
Kanavi
TSW gets first scuttle.
Top of the 1v1.
Love to see it.
Again, it's a 5v5 game.
Well,
Since Pun is
technically,
willing
he was
to
going
walk
for
away
double
from the wave
scuttle,
for a little bit
so.
to come back up his jungler. That means Team Secret Wales gets the grab.
Yeah, I mean, they even brought up
That
EA
was
as
rightfully
well. They really
his
wanted to make
scuttle.
sure that Histo was going to end up getting one of these scuttle crabs because that was kind of what HLE were looking to secure for themselves. But it doesn't cost them too much in the end as D-Ray again walks in towards Zeka.
Yeah, he does find a pretty solid trade on him here. So D-Ray taking that opportunity to move forward, play a little bit aggressively into the Victor. Zeus, oh, that turret shot on Pun could be a problem. Zeus with a flash away, evades the Call to Meek. Ward
He's
down
so
into the
dead.
brush. Zeus with another
A
infected
nice dodge.
bonesaw, not going to hit the target there. I guess it's more of an infected briefcase.
Okay.
But he walks back. Pun.
Period, boo.
All right, that could have been
Okay.
that could have been dicey either way. The flash from Zeus having to be spent though. Oh! First game Mundo, first blood Mundo. Zeus on the board, 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the game.
Definitely not a first time Mundo for Zeus.
Like,
so using the
come
creep,
on,
if you kill it with
babes.
the E, it shoots
How you
through and
gonna
ends up
live
getting
and
more
then
damage
just
off.
die?
And that briefcase,
How you gonna
very
live and
well
then
played
just
by Zeus.
die?
Even the flash away from the Cold of Week, deny the full heal was perfect.
Yeah, that was awesome from Zeus, and exactly what you're saying. Normally you want to play it with the minions in between you and the opponent to not get hit by the briefcases, but the minion gets kicked, the briefcase follows it right behind. You've got 2 projectiles back to back, bam. Pun is dead, and Zeus is off to a good start. Now Kanavi and Delight looking for a 3v2 here in the mid lane. Dustbringer connects onto BA. Flash with the binding. That was a little audacious from Delight. There wasn't really anything to bind him to there as his toe shows up, immediately pops the W just for the extra damage, for the extra dogs. Backs away.
Yeah, ambitious, definitely, from HLE as they try to make that play happen. But either way, Team Secret Wales managed to get back away. But we're going to get a replay of this topside play. So Zeus misses on the briefcase, which isn't the end of the world. But remember, he's just flashed away from the Call of Meek, the Empowered Call of Meek, which would have given Pun a lot more. But we'll see it here, basically waiting for that minion to go low. Gets the kick through, gets the briefcase after, and Pun falls.
Misfortune might be the champ in the game with the double guns, but you can see the frustration right there because it was that 1-2 shot. Both of them just
A
in
little bit
rapid sequence, one after
frustrated.
the other. And that's the kind of moves you want to see, especially since in game number 2,
A little bit
Zeus did not have a very
frustrated.
impressive game, right? Pun was the raid boss. Zeus kept kind of trying to do the same thing, creating space, diving in, creating threat, but it didn't work out. But now here in game number 3, Zeus is the first one to step up for HLE. Oh, and he's doing it again. All right, level 7 versus level 7. No ulti spent from either side. His toe is nearby.
Histo did just hit level 6 though off that Scuttle Crab.
Delight think he Busio. Delight think he
Everything
Carrier.
in HLE kind of cools down on that top side once they know the dog is near, and they are just going to back away. And this is oftentimes why we see the Neferi as an answer into the Nocturne. Nocturne does beat Neferi in the early stages, but it's about having access to that ultimate and being able to match some of the plays from the Nocturne whenever he goes for these dives, or even having more pressure on the map than the Nocturne.
Right. It's not like Hound's Pursuit will have the same range as Paranoia, but it's still a much longer range opportunity than most other alternatives. Plus, it's just fun to play a big, silly hot dog. So HLE, they're off to probably their slowest start yet in this series. But right as I say it, Delight shows up. Here comes Kanavi. The fear is about to find the mark. Pun stays alive, though, and HLE, despite sending 3 men, despite committing 2 ultimates, will not get the kill. And now Gumayushi, this is what I was talking about back in draft. You want to put the pressure on this guy when he's alone.
Oh.
1v2. Topside
He
Pun under
just
pressure here
uses
yet again.
barrier,
Zeus
too.
finds the kill. That's a 2-0 Mundo as Gumayushi barely
tough.
holds on in the bottom lane. He will survive, but he must abandon his position at the turret, and that should give some much-needed money to Eddie and BA.
Still Zeus having a great time on this top side thanks to the help of his teammates, just able to get that briefcase, but his toe wants it. He's going to try and dive in on top of them, and Zeus, he just falls immediately. 0 response possible.
Well
there.
done,
Yup,
well
he
done.
gets the burst down. Zeus had already used the maximum dosage earlier in the fight. The Heart Shocker, Heart Zapper, whatever the name of the W is, the lightning thing.
Yeah.
It can't heal him up in time. It's not like he had enough health to really play
T1
with.
has
So
a match
Zeus
tomorrow
falls
versus
there. Histo
BLG.
doing a good job getting his team on the board.
Still I think for HLE, like, you're getting kind of good push on the map, right? Zeka very much in control over the mid lane. Zeus has still got that lead in the top side. And with Dragon now up and available, I think that's where we'll start to see HLE trying to make some sort of plays happen. Although I am looking at a little bit of an overextended Caitlyn in the bottom side. I wasn't sure if Kanavi wanted to try and make something happen.
Start
but
packing what I need.
Not going to be able to get too much happening.
This is by far the best early game from Team Secret Whales in the series, right? They're 500 gold behind, but their opponents have not taken any neutral objectives. The Grubs and the Dragon are still standing. You've got gold advantages in jungle and bot lane carry both, as Zeka and D-Ray continue to trade blows.
But it's also the game where HLE have taken scaling top side of the map, right? Like, it's Victor and Mundo, so they're kind of like, yeah, we're happy to kind of handshake the early game and not end up in too bad of a position. And even here, still Zeka fishing for more.
Okay, D-Ray, about 200 HP once that shield wears away. Does get the level up, and that level up was pretty important because otherwise Zeka probably could have just found a flash power siphon and got the kill. Meanwhile, up here in the top lane yet again, it's focus on Tapan and Guma Yushi with the bullet time guns him down.
Yes, the Dorn and Ben match because Ben been talking mess. See if you can back that up,
We're going to make sure Pun does not get to have fun this time.
Back that up.
And kill on top. Got the Void Grubs, and now they're pushing in on towards this top lane as well to get some plates for Gumayushi.
I'm happy.
Yeah, Team Secret Whales, they just need to find ways to get active and start to play around this Neferi or look for trades on the map. But you can see Histo's on this top side, only now going to be able to make it back down. And Zeus pops a maximum dosage to keep himself healthy in the bottom lane.
Yep.
I hope Ben gets embarrassed. I mean, if we're keeping a buck, he's already been embarrassed because this man can't even make it.
It's an easy way to try to disarm some of these.
Well, he's made it to finals and got his cheeks taken.
For a lot of other champions.
But like,
still 500 gold lead is all that can be
I'll
said
never
for
forget
HLE,
though. It was so sad when BLG lost to T1 in finals, and Ben went out and tweeted and said, "How am I supposed to sleep tonight?" Like, dang, bro. Dang. Don't say that, bro.
Shows up in
Don't
time.
say
It's
that.
Gumayushi in danger. And D-Ray.
Yeah, nah, like that.
Did curse it. Team Secret Whales
That made me
are going to have an
sad, bro.
opportunity in this game that they haven't in the first two. To play
I'm laughing
from
about
a
it now
relatively
because, you
even
know, we
game
made it
state
past
mid
that.
game.
But,
Yes,
like,
actually, Eddie,
dang,
actually,
bro.
he's going to have a decent
That
lead for
was-
himself as they take this tower.
That was a tough
Didn't
one.
quite get the kill, but the CS lead, the plates, like, you now have a Caitlyn that's in a decent spot. And yes, D-Ray is going to fall behind here off this play because he ends up abandoning that wave mid and also loses a bit more as his toe. Yeah, just going to be able to back away, but still, in the grand scheme of things, Team Secret Whales now have a win condition to play through.
Exactly, and that's something that has not been the case so far in this series. I mean, you could say technically that there was a win condition in game number 2 because of the way that the fights were so sloppy and Pun kept having these highlight reel moments. But anytime you looked at the scoreboard, the gold lead was still 8,500. Right, it's still one of those things that it's like a.
And he got fined too for not high-fiving.
Meanwhile,
He did.
Kanavi and Delight.
Ben
Gotta
be
careful,
taking
they're trying
L's,
to
no
evade yet
kidding.
again, and Kanavi
Ben
gets
be
caught.
taking
His
L's.
toe with the kill, and Team Secret Whales are up to a 1,000 gold lead.
They're not done.
This is the biggest lead they've had so far in the series. Gumayushi trying to get away as the Hound's pursuit arrives. The Dark and Daggers follow.
Give it up,
Delight
babe.
is nearby to try to protect his Gary, but he cannot do it.
Give it
Now
up,
BA's arrived, and Delight might be the next to fall. D-Ray's ready to follow it
Yeah,
up.
they play
and
it
it's
right
just chain death. 1, 2, 3. Team Secret Whales line them up
1,
and knock
2,
them down.
3.
Hold
Release
on a second. Team Secret Whales getting some life in them in this series. The kills in the bottom lane, they have Eddie covering mid, and now getting some of those kills on towards D-Ray as well means that the goal that he'd lost helping out bot lane has now been retributed a little bit on this play. Still Pun struggling in this top side, but a big win across the board for Team Secret Whales.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about at the top of the day, right? Both of these
Do we
teams
think
with these
this
aggressive
lead
junglers that really are the engines for making plays
or
happen and
these
getting
amount
things
of
done.
kills will
This
be
has been
enough
his
for
toe's best early
TSW to
performance
secure a win.
by a long shot. 3-0-1 here on the Neferi. 4 out of 5 kill participation. He's on an assassin jungler and he's fed. This feels great.
And it's kind of the first game
Yeah.
where he's had a chance to really have an impact, right? It
Reaper,
feels
you
like the
staying
games
up
have already
for
gone
series
sideways
2?
before he can really get involved with them, thanks to the light roaming in game number 1 and game number 2. So
Well,
as this
ideally,
game
I
has
would
been a
want a
little bit
Rel
more
or
settled and the
Nautilus
lanes
or-
haven't just exploded from the get-go, finally, Team Secret Wales starting to get a
Yeah.
bit of control. We'll have to see if they can keep it up, though.
Yeah, that's true.
They still have a dragon to their name, a minute 20 until the next one. You're starting to get those first item completions, which is big for them.
I'll be up
but it
for a
is going to
little
be a
maybe.
test then
Got
around
work
some of these
today.
objective setups, how they continue to
tonight.
operate.
I mean, I'm from North America. I've seen
What
this
time is
time
it?
and time again. You get ahead of a Korean team,
Like
you
11?
disrespect how
11
good they are at
PST?
macro, and the lead falls apart in the mid game or the late game. I mean, you and I both experienced this pain in play-ins as our regional representatives had massive leads against T1, fumbled those leads, ultimately ended up losing the game, and that's the trick against playing against these top Korean teams compared to anyone else. You've got to stay sharp. You've got to have the right positioning around the map and have that macro knowledge, or these individual leads are not going to mean what they should. But it looks like Team Secret Wales, they know where they want to be right now. Gumayushi is the target. Histo keeping Kanavi
Yo,
away.
Guma kinda
And
dying on
Guma
repeat,
is just
though.
picked
He's 1
off.
and 3.
Histo jumping in after Kanavi now. Even though he takes a turret shot, he's still relatively unafraid.
You know,
here.
if Team
Still
Secret
looking top
Wales
side, so
wins a
Jair,
game,
that's
it'll
some
be our
damage.
first
Spiraling despair on
non-3-0
Delight goes on a magical
of
journey, stays alive.
all of MSI.
And actually might
Guma
just
is
keep
being
Dire
embarrassing right
doing what
now.
he needs to, 'cause
I agree.
all he really wanted to do was
Like,
stop
babes, what are you
multiple
doing?
members from HLE showing up on that top end so we can clear out this
What
wave. There's no
is
cross
you
map
doing?
available for HLE, especially when Kanavi was spotted on that bottom side. So nicely done again. Get the kill onto Gumayushi and get some more gold into your team.
And you can see right now the dragon has spawned and his toe is already walking towards it. He is taking the objective within 5 seconds of it being available to take. Now Kanavi is around, and you can see here right now on the left side of the screen as the Coinbase gold grind shows us that it is over a 1,000 gold lead for his toe. A lot of it coming from that farming as now Pun and his toe trying to deal with HLE, ready to challenge them here with the dragon. BA has the tether there onto the light.
In, y'all.
Gumayushi using the Bloodthirster shield to block the ace in the hole, but now
Welcome
Kanavi
in.
is
Thank y'all
diving
for
in here with the
being
paranoia.
here.
Zeus right behind him. His toe getting away for now. Kanavi under pressure, Pun in the middle of everybody, but he has to try to get away. Bullet time
What
forces
happened?
Flash back out of the Renekton. His toe on the run, slowed down by Delight. Cosmic Binding, no attachment
God.
into the wall. His toe staying alive
Sorry,
for now
guys.
here with the Karma Shield. No deaths either
welcome in,
side,
y'all.
but the health bars favor HLE. They will win themselves control over the bot side river and the Dragon Pit.
And it's a good raid from HLE.
Wait, it doesn't
Team
tell
Secret
me
Wales had
who
invested
raided.
3 out of their 5 ultimates in that bot side
Cal from
play,
Cali.
so they didn't have anything available
There it
to
is.
try
I
and
see
fight
it
the
now.
dragon.
Thank you so
HLE
much for the
read us.
raid. How
They
are
managed
your
to bully off
games?
Team Secret Wales.
Hope your games went well.
Zeus just going to step up. Team Secret Wales just want to try and let Dragon go for the Rift Herald on the top side, but at least they get something here.
Exactly. You just take the trade. You're like, all right, we would have liked to have the 2-0 trade count. Since we can't get it, get whatever we're allowed to take, and that is the Rift Herald. Pun trying to defend the tier 1 turret down here in the bottom side.
How are your
as
games,
Delight
fam?
and Zeka shove the wave up, trying to get a little bit more money out of these plates. It is still about that 2,000 gold
Yeah,
lead
people
that
have
it
been
has
saying
been
that the
for
Twitch
past couple of minutes for
commercial
Team
breaks
Secret
on
Wales.
here have been pretty
So they haven't
freaking
lost
weird.
the lead, but they haven't built it any further either. Pretty just even game state.
I think, though, with the Rift Herald, there is an ability to make some plays that could blow open the game a little bit further. Like, you've got low mid turret, you've got a low top side turret as well. And with the resets about to come through, I think this could be the timer for Team Secret Wales to crack open the mid lane turret. And with that down, it becomes significantly more difficult for you to then protect that top lane. Especially if you push mid, immediately rotate up there as Team Secret Wales.
All right, his toe just drives it straight on in. No fancy drifting occurring. We've seen some mistakes with that in the past. Not going to run any of that risk as Eddie with the extra range on the Caitlyn will shoot down that tier 1 turret in mid. Brings this up to a 2-0 turret advantage for Team Secret Wales.
And with the advantage that Eddie has, it's much easier for him to keep control over mid-wave, enable them BA to start to roam top, same with his toe as well. And if Zeka is actually the one defending this top lane turret, I'm a little bit more scared for HLE, as it's much easier to take down Zeka on a dive than it is someone like Zeus.
All right, speaking of dives, Pun is the
Speaking
name
of
the game
dives,
yet
somebody
again.
is definitely
HLE
about to
trying
get
make their
dove.
move. They're bringing in a TP as well. They turn
Oh my
it back
gosh,
over
they
towards
decided
BA,
to
who
kill the
wanted to try to
support
save his
rather
top
than-
laner, but
Oh,
instead
never
will just
mind.
die before him.
His
Now it's a
TP's
4v1
top,
against
and then
Pun,
they still
and he's
kill
going
the
to go
top
out
laner.
too.
Got
Zeus
it.
takes the kill on the Mundo.
Got
Brings this game back up
it.
to a 5-6 difference. And that means it's only a 1,000 gold deficit here for
My word.
HLE as they make the move in the top lane. I respect what BA wanted to do, trying to help Pun, but HLE just send more men. It's a 4v2. It goes exactly how you'd think.
Yeah, they beat them to the punch. We just talked about how Team Secret Wales want to try and push mid into top, but his toe, oh, he's okay.
Yep, he's fine. Just jumps back over the wall there with the Eviscerate, and now Kanavi and Delight recognize, hey, that was kind of our one cheesy attempt. They get away for now. Zeka has to continue his own retreat, does not want to be caught by the dog.
Yeah, but this is kind of what we talked about, is like the fallback plan that we saw in Game 2 from HLE, which is just, we're better on the map. So even though we've started to see Team Secret Wells get control, well, it's actually been HLE who were able to beat them to the punch in top lane. Now they're shifting Zeus in towards mid to guarantee push here, let the reset come through for Gumayushi, and then once more start to dive in towards getting vision in the Team Secret Wells jungle.
And Zeus with that Warmogs completed first, alongside his Bramble Vest, just for the general, you know, trading power against Renekton with the Grievous Wounds. And he's got the 2 belts in inventory, Dagda, so we're going towards that massive ball of health that you were talking about. This is going to be a very difficult front line to try to get through. Luckily, his toe can dive past him, but they're going to need additional damage besides just the Neferi to find these valuable target kills.
Yeah, the problem is I think you all have to turn as one onto dealing with Zeus in these fights, because once he finishes off this item, Dire and Eddie are not safe, and he will just run them down. And you're looking at like the ease of lockdown on Team Secret Wells, not fantastic for dealing with a Mundo.
Yeah. I do like, though, Eddie going for the full Mortal Reminder as his second item. Not normally what you would see on the Caitlyn, but he recognizes the threat of the Mundo, recognizes that it has to be answered. Teleports coming in from both teams. Pun arrives with the Empowered Teleport Mega Shield, as nobody's really going to do a whole lot, considering both sides saw the other commit an extra man or two to this situation. They don't want to deal with it, but tragedy for the Team Secret Wales fans in the audience. The gold lead has been passed on to HLE. They have now retaken things from that 2,000 gold deficit, almost up to a 1,000 gold lead of their own. Just about a
Riot
3K
Games
swing
has
the other
just
way.
gotten back to me about the TikTok live streams getting
in the early game against just the
down.
onslaught of Kanavi and Delight
So
towards this top half of the
I
map.
need to send them something.
We're getting, this
for
is what
that.
Team Secret Wells were doing domestically, like blowing up the game with.
All right,
this,
Joe.
having
Have a
BA
great
working,
night.
like, looking
Get you some
at
sleep.
finding
Thank you
this
for being
control
here.
through the early stages. Unfortunately, it's just that little bit of a step up when you're talking about the LCK first seed when it comes towards map play, and they haven't been able to keep pace in that regard.
It's such a tough draw for your first opponent in the tournament.
Yeah, it's not.
To be LCK #1. Team Secret Wales trying to break that LCK #1. Team Secret Wales trying to break that streak of 3-0s. Remember, it was 6 best-of-5s in play-ins for 18 total games, all 3-0 outcomes. And HLE are 1 game away from making this 7 3-0s
behind them
in a row. As the TPs are coming in, it's Zeus looking for the pincer attack. The tier 1 turret still standing in mid is critical here, but they're not even going to focus on that. The blast cone, it knocks his toe back towards everybody else. D-Ray's on a killing spree though, as Kanavi ended up isolated. He's the first to fall. Traded away for D-Ray now in a 1-for-1. Nice binding there. Bullet time committed onto Pun.
That's
a
2-for-1
trade going HLE's way as the Dragon is available.
Yeah, now
that blast cone was
Dragon.
wild. Everybody got sent flying every which way.
And that Cosmic Binding was divine as well from Delight. Just barely able to clip onto the Renekton. And that should be now Dragon going over in just a short notice. No jungler though, means there's no smite. So a little hesitant with his though still on the map. But it should just be taken as soon as they come back out. The confidence though from HLE, understanding Zeus is massive at this point. So he's happy to just TP into the backline and try and set up for the play alongside Kanavi.
And Zeus is a couple minions away from level 15 on the Mundo. Remember that the 3rd level of maximum dosage is a massive power spike for this champion. Level 16 Mundo is just such a raid boss. Pun is barely level 13. So I think that give him a little bit more time, and Zeus is just going to be utterly unanswerable.
Yeah, it's when the Alois TikTok filter comes over the screen for us, and immediately it just starts going push. Yeah, this is the moment. We're still a little bit away from this, but it feels a bit inevitable that we're going to get that from Zeus here, because you can see the TP kind of gives up the ghost here a little bit as Team Secret Wells try and back away as they spot that Zeus is there. But the Temper Fate doesn't really connect. But the blast cone sends people every which way. His though still able to get out over the top side, but it's Dire who ends up playing with his life as Zeka flashes over the wall, finish him out. And look at the connection of this from Delight. Barely getting that through. Really well played by the Bard.
And then the follow-up damage there from Gumayushi's Misfortune. Now up here with the top side, Kanavi diving in yet again. D-Ray's already down. His toe trying to get himself out with a call of the pack to drop some of that aggro. Gumayushi's made his way into the fight. Bullets being traded between the 80 carries. Kanavi jumps over the wall trying to get himself to safety. His toe does get the kill and the bleed on the Dark and Daggers. Re-diving into the back line, but no, he cannot finish Zeka. And that means that his toe ends up giving his own life for it. It's a 2-for-1, favoring HLE. And Dagda, they're now up 3,000 gold.
How are you, love?
Yeah, it gets a little funky as Team Secret Well is managing to get one back, but still, this is HLE playing so well, just pushing waves, looking for picks, getting into the face of Team Secret Wells, and it's this like small brick by brick, take the jungle, take a little bit more gold here and there, and you can see it's not just one swing, it's the incremental increases on the gold graph there, or the win probability there, powered by AWS.
2,500 gold lead HLE. 1 dragon to 1, so at least it's not like they're stacking towards an imminent soul.
3K gold lead, it's not insane.
But it's nearly a 2K
It's
lead
not
individually for
insane
Zeus.
yet.
Over a 1,000 lead for Zeka now. The name of the game is solo laners for HLE.
Yeah, but if you remember in game 1, like, they didn't have inhibitor turrets at this time of the game. Like, the game was nearly over at this point. So, like, I mean, massive turnaround for Team Secret Wales. Definitely have to keep far more control. And honestly, like, HLE have been a little sloppy at times in this game. They've definitely been having a bit of fun with it. We'll have to see, though, as they now start to push in their side lanes. It feels like kind of a switch is being flipped a little bit here for HLE.
And the first 3-item power spike in the game is there for Zeka. The Shadow Flame now done. He's got Shadow Flame, Luden's Echo, and Chovy Belt. There's nothing that anybody can feel safe if this guy's coming at you with his full burst ready to go. Like, even Pun is the tankiest member on Team Secret Wales, right? There's no true tank on this team. Tankiest thing you've got is a Renekton, but even he has to respect the damage from this Victor on Zeka, who is halfway to level 16. Now we got the dive up here from the top side yet again, and once more, they just look at D-Ray. See D-Ray, kill D-Ray. That's the name of the game for Kanavi, as his toe wants
That's gotta be a horrible
Gumayushi
feeling,
goes forward here
though.
with the Eviscerate. Bullet time, trying
Just
to
to
fight
be
back.
permanently
Guma
killed.
falls. His toe finds a
But
very
the Fury's
important pick
putting
there
in
in the
work,
mid
though.
lane.
You can't
Kanavi says anything you can do.
can't be too mad at
Anissa
it.
says anything you can do, Kanavi, I can do as well. Immediately jumps on towards Gumayushi. A little closer than I expected with the bullet time, doing some good damage on towards the dog. But still, kind of just puts us back where, sure, you get the pick for Team Secret Wales, but you're losing waves on the top side. You got some more turret plates for HLE. So it's, again, just a little bit more gold back in HLE's favor.
And the big difference, again, I'm looking at the levels on these solo laners. D-Ray is just now level 14. Pun just now level 15. Zeus is a full level ahead of Pun. Zeka is almost 2 full levels ahead of D-Ray. This Victor that's already fed that I was talking about, now with another needlessly large rod in inventory, is about to... Okay, he hits his level 16 power spike before I finish the sentence. So now it's double level 16 solo laners with a little over a minute on the clock until the next dragon spawns. This is scary for Team Secret Wales.
The setup, though, not quite here for Team Secret Wales. You can see they're quite worried about trying to push in towards River, especially when they don't know where Zeus is.
Well, a little bit of trading between junglers here. Teleport about to arrive. Delight did use the Tempered Fate to no great effect.
Has been a couple of swings and misses with them, but once Zeus is here, you can see Team Secret Wales just have to back away.
Yeah.
And it's more about fighting over the control for this dragon, as you pointed out, in 35 seconds. And Team Secret Wales just aren't allowed to enter River. If they can't, like, walking into this comp dark that HLE has is not going to be a fun time.
Not gonna lie, I want TSW to get one game, but
control.
HLE not gonna let that happen for sure. If they get a game, it could be this one. I really wish Pun was on his volley bear this game, because I do think they would win it with that fiery gameplay, but homeboy is 1-5 right now.
Teleport coming in though from Team Secret Wales.
It's not looking good.
We're gonna see Pun
It's not
off the
looking
side
good.
here. They don't want to overcommit onto the Renekton.
But that was the thing, that shield, that 10-second shield was kind of needed from Pun to enter into this. Now,
I don't know if they really ever had the
With
game,
the Dominus
though.
trying to charge up some fury. He jumps in the middle of everybody, but Pun is already gone. It's a 5v4. As now Kanavi's ready to pop the paranoia.
Are we surprised?
Zay is
Top lane
chasing after
throwing?
the remaining players here on Team Secret
That's a
Wales.
real team.
Eddie tries to get away, but Kanavi jumps on top of him here with the ulti. Zeka's already unstoppable. D-Ray will fall right behind him. His toe jumps in the middle of everyone. Tries to get a kill here with the Hound's pursuit, but it's a magical journey as HLE will chase down the enemy
How
jungler
to tell
and
a
get themselves
taxi
a
where
triple
you
kill to
need
Zeka
to
and a
go
4-for-nothing
in
trade.
Korea.
You just
Let me
don't
go ahead
have
and
the front line
start
on Team
practicing.
Secret Wales to enter into these positions. Pun reset to pick up his second item, but it doesn't mean he's actually able to get through here. With that TP, they basically needed to use that max health shield to force the play, but the change from 30 seconds to 10 seconds means that it's disappeared on Pun. He immediately gets turned and focused by HLE, and Team Secret Wales are now so out of position. HLE know us.
Dejan
Convention
Convention Center,
which means there's
Udo
no escape for the Caitlyn as
Katsuseo.
Kanavi goes in.
Okay.
And
Got
HLE
it.
just chased down everyone on this.
And I love the use of that Tempered Fate to force the flash while Nocturne is in
Dejan
torpedo mode.
Convention
It means
Center,
that there's
Udo
no way that the Caitlyn can wait until Nocturne
Katsuseo.
collides and then flash away after. Just a nice 1-2 punch there. HLE going to earn themselves
never
their Red
met
Bull
each
Baron
other
power play
before
from that.
today.
They will earn
Chill.
themselves a
They ain't got no
7,500
type
gold
of
lead. The
synergy.
Dragon's still on the map because it
No
doesn't
type of
matter.
synergy.
That became a low priority after they had the opportunity to go for that fight.
Yeah, and you can start to see, like, looking at the items, it's kind of night and day. Rabadon's death cap just completed for Zeka. Zeus is monstrous.
The
in
thing
that
is,
top
like,
side.
you can make the
And,
argument
like,
that
Gumayushi,
TSW,
it's kind of been kept pace
like,
with by
their
Eddie.
team is a
And,
new
like,
team.
Eddie is starting to kind of turn
But,
the
like,
corner here as Caitlyn,
so
where
is
you can get
HLE.
some good damage off. But it's just your front line isn't surviving long enough to let you get that damage off.
I mean,
They've got,
you've
what,
Karma
2
support,
members?
and then your front line is an assassin dog and Pun on a bruiser who's
I really
3,000
don't.
gold behind.
Because, like,
It's
Zeus
not
joined
a very big wall to have to
before
climb
last
over for
year.
HLE. And they're not
And
too
then
worried about the wall of enemy
Uma
inhibitor
joined
turrets
this
either.
year.
HLE going for what could be the end of the game here. Nice Tempered Fate. Catches out Eddie. Kanavi's ready to follow it up. Potential pressure on Gumayushi, but no, he's already killed Pun off. Kanavi getting away here with a flash. Zeus is underneath the turret, and he does not care.
Holy.
Everybody on Team Secret Wales
okay.
will find themselves
Well, guys,
torn
I hope you
asunder.
guys
A
enjoyed this
double kill
stream.
for
Thank you guys
Zeka,
so much for
and
watching the games with me.
will end
I'm about
this
to head to the
game in
convention
one
center
foul swoop.
to do
They
some
march on to
interviews
the
for
Nexus,
G2
and they will
versus
find
Top
another
Esports.
clean sweep here at MSI 2026.
I will see y'all tomorrow.
With
We're going to
Team
do it all
Secret
over again.
Wales,
Don't you worry.
3-0.
And it's going to be a great,
Secret
fun,
Wales got a couple of
silly little
punches in,
time.
but it's the
Yeah, I
knockdown
hope to
blow
give y'all
from
some
HLE,
amazing content.
3-0.
And I love you guys so
They will
much.
take down the LCP first seed, and
Thank y'all for staying up to watch with me.
HLE,
We'll be watching
they're a
tomorrow
scary
as well.
crew.
So
There's
see y'all
a
tomorrow.
reason
I got to
I said
run.
it
Bye.